Is the talk of the town. He is the toast of the town.
The toast.
They're toasting him already.
The burnt toast.
He was on the Joe Buck HBO premiere talk show, the first talk show in Joe Buck's.
Joe Buck's 2 Live.
Joe Buck Live.
Right?
You know, they're making a big deal about Artie's language on the show, and it's weird to me because, you know, they have the cat house, like prostitutes fucking guys.
Yeah, but HBO's schizophrenic like that.
Yeah.
You know, like on certain shows you're not supposed to do it, and somehow you're supposed to know which shows are for cursing and which shows aren't.
What about Sex and the City?
Right.
They used to, I mean, the stuff on that show offended me.
But then they'll have
No, it
something
didn't.
like the Bob Costas show, which never had any cursing in it.
I know, but they said, okay, I mean, they said do anything you want.
Well, I think they're schizophrenic in the sense that I think Joe Buck was going for more of a Letterman-esque kind of talk show where they talk sports and hang out. And
Right, because if you watched it, it was the Costas show. There was never any cursing.
I do believe, though, that these guys, when they booked you on the show, you know, sort of thought that you would be a talk show guest in keeping with your Letterman appearances and your Conan appearances and stuff like that. I think they probably were really blown out by the language, but nevertheless,
They should have said something.
right.
They shouldn't have said "go to town."
They gave me no guidelines. Listen, I mean, this is crazy. I did an interview with the New York Times yesterday. Like, I mean,
About this?
Yeah.
well, it's a big story in the sense that you went on, and HBO is now upset with you.
Right.
Oh dear.
And in fact, I was reading the paper today. They've blacklisted Artie from HBO Sports, which
Wow.
I don't think.
Well, geez, Artie, I'm sorry for you.
I don't know how that would affect your career, but maybe it would. I don't know.
Look, me blacklisted from anything could affect my career, sure.
Oh, no, the HBO Sports Department's a major plank.
Here's the article. HBO wipes hands of Artie. Artie Lange meet the HBO blacklist. Lange, Howard Stern's radio sidekick, is persona non grata at HBO Sports after his profanity-laced segment on Monday's premiere of Joe Buck Live. I tell you what, I never knew who Joe Buck was. Now I do.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, help them out that way.
There's
It's
something
HBO.
good that came out of this.
Sure.
He can do, he can go do as many Howard Stern shows as he likes, but he will no longer appear on HBO Sports or Joe Buck Live. HBO Sports President Ross Greenberg told the Post yesterday.
Wow.
Well, that's the greatest news ever. I can do as many Howard
I was
Stern
going to
shows
say,
as I want.
how does Ross know that you can do as many shows
When
as
did
you
he
want?
get to give permission to do this show?
He's executive producing this show.
He's
If
the
that's-
president of Hollywood.
Howard, if that's true, and you
Yes.
make that decision, I couldn't be happier about it.
We don't have any interest in his world. That's a quote from Mr. Greenberg.
You have your own world.
Lang appeared with actor Paul Rudd, barely. Paul Rudd didn't get a word in.
But they weren't trying. Did you see them struggling for words?
No,
Howard,
I think
they
they
went.
had a good time.
They went. Yeah, they both loved it. If you
Oh,
if you
I
watch
don't-
it,
I don't doubt
if you
that.
watch it, the crowd is guffawing. Like Michael Irvin is laughing. Like, look, I'm not going to say this about a normal appearance, but I have to defend myself. Like Jimmy Kimmel texted me yesterday. He said, "Dude, that appearance was epic. They should have you back on every night." Like,
you should be his sidekick. Somebody
should be
said
on
to
the
me there
second
should
show.
be the Artie and Joe Buck show.
Yeah, I mean, so Ross Greenberg has, I mention him a lot in this New York Times. I don't know if the New York Times thing ran at all, but he sounds like a moron. He gave me no guidelines, and he knows what I do. He read my book. He saw my stand-up. Can someone explain to him why I wouldn't do what I did on Letterman? It's CBS, it's Letterman, and quite frankly, I have a lot more respect comedically for David Letterman than I do Joe Buck.
Lang, discussing his appearance on yesterday's Howard Stern show, said Greenberg told him to go nuts if the discussion flagged. So go fuck yourself. I don't care how important you are in the business, Lang said to Greenberg. That's regrettable, Greenberg fired back. I said to him prior to the show that we need your energy if things get boring. He misconstrued that. I didn't mean that we needed this, which was a far cry from energetic. It was a mean-spirited, vitriolic diatribe with guttural language.
Howard, take away the first thing I said, okay?
Right.
And which was just a crazy joke that is the first time the audience reacted to anything, okay?
Right.
And the kid Jason next to me started whooping it up afterwards. Whoa, and the place went nuts. Then after that, it really was just me and Joe ribbing each other. and I told a story about his father. And I mean, that was really, that's what I did. And everything killed. I mean, But look, I don't care if I'm ever on HBO ever again.
Right.
This is the show that sells tickets to there's guys who have HBO stand-up specials that open for me on the road. I mean, that's the truth, because I'm on the Stern Show. I mean, I don't care, Ross. I really just don't care.
All right. Let's see. So Artie, who ever since he got off heroin is very energetic, appeared on a bunch of shows.
He is Mr. Energy.
No, Tim Sabean called me and asked me to call into Chris Russo. I wouldn't have done that.
Well, you can do sports with Chris.
Yeah, right. and
I heard that, by the way.
You heard it, Fred?
Oh, yeah, I heard that, by the way. He's not your friend.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Russo was, he was doing...
I didn't think Russo was... I thought you might have overreacted to Russo, and I'll tell you why.
I definitely think so, too.
I haven't heard the whole thing. We'll play it now. He thought you weren't funny. So you say, well, some people think I'm funny, and some people don't.
Okay, he had an issue with the language, too, and I just explained that I said, well, look,
but
Chris...
You got so angry with Chris, it was like saying, who cares what Chris thinks, whether you're funny or not? Just be like, you know what? I thought I did well. That's the only person I answered
Well, I
to.
was told that he was bashing me for a while. Well, that's what I was told. Tim said you got to call in...
Tim wanted you to react to what was being said.
Tim asked me to call in.
And then Artie slammed this guy, Mike Francesco. Turns out Mike was defending Artie. You were on fire.
Oh, dear.
Well, I've been wanting to slam Francesco for a while. He gave me a bad tip on a couple of college games.
Well, that's very understandable. So, anyway, let me play you the Artie. What was Artie busy with yesterday?
Yeah,
Page.
how many shows yesterday?
I'm going to get you a bunch of clips here. What page is that again, Gary? The Artie page.
Artie has his own page.
JD page 1. Okay. All right. Here's Artie versus Mad Dog. What about that first clip? Can I pass on that one and just get right to
pass on the first clip.
Okay. Here's Artie versus Mad Dog. The two of them going at it yesterday.
People guffawed laughing. They don't laugh. They laugh politely if they have to. People were barreled over laughter. Watch the fucking tape.
But Artie, I'm a big fan. You were not funny. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of yours, Artie. I watched. You were not funny. That was not a funny set. That was not a funny 8 minutes.
I'll tell you what, Chris, I'm a big fan of yours about sports, but you don't know shit about being funny. When you're funny, it's funny when...
Artie, I'm not trying to be funny. You tried to be funny, and you weren't funny.
Exactly. I was trying to be funny, and I was funny. Howard Stern thought I was funny.
We all know.
I got texts from people I barely know. Jimmy Kimmel sent me a text saying that appearance was epic. It was the best thing I've ever seen. It was hilarious, and they're going to have you back. Every funny person I know thought I was funny. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. Chris, I love
Billy Crystal, Artie, Billy Crystal didn't think you're funny. And Billy Crystal's better than Jimmy. And Billy Crystal is bigger. Billy Crystal is bigger than Jimmy Kimmel. And Billy Crystal did not think you were funny.
Billy Crystal, let me tell you about Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal hates Howard because Howard busts his chops. Billy Crystal's funny, but he's an uptight prick. He's a politically correct, uptight bastard. He's an egomaniac. We've sent out Stutter and John to ask him questions. We play a tape. Oh, Howard's not funny either. I think Billy Crystal is unbelievably talented. Wait, let me talk. I think Billy Crystal is unbelievably talented. His stand-up is unreal, but he's full of himself, and he's taking it too far. I'm a Yankee fan like him. Now he thinks he's Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Pretentious, Mr. I Meet the President. So I don't give a fuck what he thinks is funny. I give a fuck what my fans think are funny, and they thought it was funny, Chris.
Artie.
And I don't care if you think it's funny either, even though I'll listen to you talk about the Jet-Giant schedule and what the record's going to be, but don't tell me about being funny, and I won't tell you about...
Well, no, but Artie, you need a guy. You tell me about sports, you're allowed. I mean, I don't say, well, I don't know, what does Artie know about sports? I don't say that. So why should you say that about me, about why I can't judge a comedian? What, you're allowed to judge your sports and I can't judge a comedian?
You're entitled to your opinion, but I don't respect your opinion about comedy. I tell you about sports, and a lot of times I'm wrong, and if you tell me I'm wrong, I'll believe it. Chris, I love you, man. You know I'm a huge fan of yours, but you're wrong about this. I was funny, and look at the audience. They guffaw.
You can't judge.
Michael, wait, Chris.
hold on now. Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. I'm not allowed to judge your comedic value, but Michael Irvin can. Is that the way it's supposed to work? I can't judge it, but if Michael Irvin laughs, you must be funny. Michael Irvin doesn't know anything.
Chris, you could judge whatever you want. And Michael Irvin could judge whatever you want. I don't give a fuck about it either way. I'm just saying one's right and one.
Hold on. You brought up Michael Irvin 4 times and he thought it was funny. Well, why should Michael Irvin be able to judge it? I can't. That doesn't work. Michael Irvin's not a comedian. Well, why can't he's a football player. I retired one at that.
I'll tell you what.
He's got no credibility with comedy.
Chris, you're gonna let me talk or what?
Yes, go ahead. You gotta answer the question, though.
Because, Chris, I met Michael Irvin, and quite frankly, he's funnier than you are. Right? That's how it is. You're funny and you don't...
Michael Irvin can't get a job in the media business. ESPN fired Michael Irvin. Nobody wants Michael Irvin on. You're making Michael Irvin's a big talent in the broadcasting field?
Why the fuck was he on?
Because he's a Hall of Fame wide receiver, Artie. You think he's on because he's funny?
And I'm on Joe Buck Live because I'm on a Hall of Fame radio show. How'd that sound, motherfucker?
Well, that's different, Artie. We're not talking about... Forget Stern. We're talking about your appearance as far as humor is concerned and about language and about all those things. How about going on, Buck, last night and use better language and not make everybody cringe in America?
And being boring and nobody cares. Would you be talking to me right now if I went on and talked like Carol Burnett for fucking an hour or some other fucking jerk off you think is funny like Bob Hope? You're talking to me right now because of what I did.
Is Bob Uecker funny?
Is Bob Uecker funny?
Yeah, Bob Uecker funny?
I think Bob Uecker's hilarious.
Okay, does Bob Uecker use bad language?
Off the air.
In his jokes, does he use bad language, Artie? The answer is no.
The hell is he talking about?
Chris, you're caught up in the 1940s, brother. I'm a Richard Pryor fan. I'm a George Carlin fan. I love Sam Kinison. I love guys who were on the edge. You don't. It's a difference. Howard Stern. And don't bullshit me, man. I used to listen to you and the Mike and Mad Dog, and you guys would always talk when you were kissing Imus's fucking old ass. You would go, oh, Howard works blue. I don't work blue. I grew up listening to Howard, man. I work blue. And Joe Buck knew that, and he got it, and the fans fucking loved it. And today, people are talking about his show because of it.
The one thing I don't understand, maybe you know this and clear it up, Artie. When did Billy Crystal comment on Artie's appearance?
I don't know.
Never.
Russo seems to be aware of something no one else. Maybe they had a personal conversation.
Are they close, Billy Crystal and Mad Dog?
I have no idea.
Howard.
That is so funny.
Howard, listen.
I got more, by the way.
I know, but listen, I am a fan of Russo because he's real. He's really a geek. I mentioned Norm Macdonald to him, and he said, the guy on Cheers, Norm.
No.
You know what I mean? So he doesn't know anything about
outside of sports
or modern day stuff.
It wasn't his cup of tea.
Right, exactly. But he was yelling at me too, Howard. I mean, I was yelling back.
Michael Irvin thought it was funny.
He did.
That was funny. Chris is a funny guy.
He is funny.
When he starts yelling, he's just funny.
I love when two guys argue over whether they were funny or not. It's the best. I mean, I've gotten caught up in that crap.
Was the best. He's a football player.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I mean, exactly. Well, whoever's in the audience, when you're a comic, you're just happy anyone's laughing, man, you know.
It seems like you're getting caught up lately in a lot of fights with people, a lot of agitation. I'm worried about you, honestly.
Honestly, Howard, I'm fine. I really am. But people are fucking with me.
But I don't know. You think everyone's fucking with you.
No, I'm fine, Howard.
You are?
And I'm in therapy, and it's starting
to work. It's working?
Did you talk to your therapist about this?
I have a shrink session today. And,
good.
Oh, good.
How long?
I love the guy. He's finally back from his honeymoon.
How many hours is the session today?
It's going to be about an hour and a half because I have a book signing tonight, so I have to calm down.
Right.
But I have so much anger in me. I do.
Boy,
I have anger in me,
really do.
and I'm working on it.
Okay. What is it, Fred?
I have a couple of thoughts. Book a triple session, number one.
You got it, Fred.
And number two, I heard that exchange yesterday, and in my opinion, Russo has no credibility whatsoever to judge who's funny and who is not.
No, you're missing the point.
But it's his opinion on
He's commenting on what he thought was funny.
But the difference in the argument, too, is he's commenting directly on what Artie does for a living as opposed to what's funny, and Artie's not commenting on what he does. What if Artie would have come out?
He does. Artie says
I don't say he does a bad
Artie
job.
says he's a fan.
I don't say he does. What if he called in and says, "I don't think you're doing a particularly
He says
good show
he likes
today."
Artie. He's a fan, but he didn't think this performance was his best.
I think that's a nice little cop-out when people want to say something shitty about you. They preamble it with,
I agree.
You know, I'm a fan, but... He sounds like that guy, Mark Krisky.
Look,
Howard, I was
gave his
on...
opinion.
Right.
Quite frankly, who cares what Mad Dog's opinion
I agree with
is?
it. But
Artie did his thing.
I just want to say one thing. Also, his opinion is colored because his favorite comedian is Carol O'Connor.
Yeah.
And that's not even a joke.
Well, I mean, you know, Carol O'Connor is a great actor, but exactly, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Second point, I listened long after Artie had his meltdown on the air, and he admitted, I believe he admitted he didn't even see it.
Oh, so then how could he comment?
But you know what? That's the beauty of
He
Chris.
did not see the show.
Mad Dog didn't see the. Did he watch the performance on YouTube or something?
No,
he either
maybe not.
He either watched it on YouTube or he heard the tapes.
Or Billy Crystal called
He
him.
did not see the show.
Billy Crystal called him from the movie
Chris,
set.
I'll apologize ahead of time, but I believe it was about maybe a half hour, an hour afterwards you admitted you didn't see the show.
I just like that Billy Crystal is discussing this with Mad Dog.
It would have been nice if Billy Crystal could have said it in his own words.
Hey, Howard.
Yes.
First of all, before a Springsteen concert, I went on Mad Dog's show a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And what I did on the Joe Buck show compared to what I did on Chris Russo's show looked like Romper Room. I mean, and he hugged me afterwards and said, that was great. I loved it. I mean, this is satellite radio. I am a dirty comedian. I admit that. I'm not as smart as Jerry Seinfeld, I guess. I'm not as smart as...
But when you go on, let's say, Letterman or Conan, you do not work dirty. You're able to do both.
I can do both,
That's right.
But on HBO, I figured, what the hell? Let it loose, man.
Right.
Why not?
All right, here's Artie versus Mad Dog round 2.
Oh, boy.
Artie, can we calm down with the language on that kind of show? Can we do that?
Listen, it's HBO, Chris. I will never listen to you with comedy advice, okay, buddy? You pick up my DVD, I curse like crazy. It's rated NC-17.
But I know when I buy your video. Artie, I know when I buy...
I'm not going to your fucking kid's 8th birthday party.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Turn off HBO? I know if I buy your video, I know what I'm getting. I know when I sit there and buy your book, I know what I'm getting.
It's HBO. Artie Lange on HBO. What do you think? You're going to hear me through a psalm from the Bible? You got to be... Are you that stupid?
You can't calm down. Artie, you can't calm down. Artie, you can't calm down a little bit?
You can't calm down a little bit right now either?
I'm fine. You can't calm down a little bit, Artie?
You're not fine. You're not fine. You know what, Chris? No, I like to go over the line. I like to shock. I like to be funny. I like creating uncomfortable shit, and I love conversations like this. This sells books, man. I'm a businessman, too. My book went through the... I'm number one on the Google Trends today. I don't give a shit about shit that much, except I want to be funny in my own way. I'm not censoring myself for anybody. This is like Lenny Bruce shit, man. Lenny Bruce got arrested, so I'm allowed to curse on HBO, and I'm going to fucking honor that. Howard Stern went through hell to be able to get me to... Howard Stern got FCC fines. Howard Stern's the reason you're allowed to talk like this on the radio right now, and I'm going to honor that.
I'm not using bad language, Artie. Artie, listen, I love Howard. I don't use bad language during a talk show.
You love Howard. There was different shit going on a few years ago with you and your fat fucking...
Oh, we got to leave Mike alone, Artie, please. That's not fair. Don't get on Mike. It's not his fault.
Mike's fat ass is giving me shit. I saw Mike once at a Knick game. I couldn't believe they didn't sell him 3 seats. His ass was so fucking...
Oh, Artie, come on. Don't pick on Mike. What did Mike do? Mike didn't do anything to you.
I'm not picking on Mike, but he's picking on me, so I'm hitting...
Well, when is he picking on... Artie.
Chris, let me tell you something. I'm from the streets. You hit me, I'm hitting you back.
When did Mike pick... In 20 years that I was with Mike, he never mentioned you once. When did Mike pick on you?
I got a bunch of phone calls saying Francesca's stressing you, so guess what?
Did you... Artie, did you hear it yourself, or are you going by what your friend told you?
Oh, right. I'm sure my friend would call me up.
Well, I mean, people like to cause... Artie, people like to cause dissension. Yes, friends will call up. Yes, friends will say... People say things to get a reaction. That's what people do.
Chris, don't teach me about radio. I know people make shit up, but there's no way. I guarantee you Francesca gave me shit, just like you're giving me shit.
Not in 20... Artie.
I give a fuck about Francesca. I give a fuck about you, so I'm calling in. That's it. I mean, I don't have proof, but you know what? Whether I have proof or not, Francesca...
Listen, here's what I'd say.
Listen, one thing. Whether I have proof or not, Francesca still has a big fat ass.
No, I mean, listen, a little heavy. I'll buy that, but 19 years, and I worked with Mike for 19 years. He never said a word about it. He never.
I know. That's not what I'm talking about.
For the last 8 months, if he said something, I don't know that.
He didn't say a word about me because I'm not famous enough. But today I made news in his fucking world, so he said something. So I'm saying
he said something. So now you didn't tell me that. You said something today? He said something?
Yeah, I just tried to, but you keep screaming like a crazy person. Like Bruce just started playing Prove It all night. I mean, shut the fuck up and listen. Francesca trashed me today, so I'm trashing him back.
I didn't realize. Well, you didn't say. I didn't hear you say. Nobody heard you say today. I thought you meant over the years.
Because you're screaming too loud like a fucking broad. Calm down.
So then Artie was done and then called Bad Dog back to apologize to Francesca.
First of all, I don't know what happened because 40 people told me Francesca trashed me, and then a caller called up and said that he didn't. So no, I don't know what happened exactly.
So here's Artie apologizing.
Calling back with an apology.
By the way, Howard,
Yeah.
That was the most ridiculous conversation I've ever heard.
Crazy.
It was
Artie,
nuts.
go ahead.
Chris, I'm sorry. Listen, the guy who just called up and said Francesca actually thought I made the show good. Now I feel bad because I made the mistake of listening to a friend. I apologize to Francesca. I don't know the guy, but I'll tell you what, he's right. It was a bore fest. It was a snooze fest. And maybe I thought I had to hit a home run instead of a double to right. So maybe I turned it up a notch. And again, this is where people are wrong. I didn't call Buck a cocksucker. That's not what I did. I would never do that. I made a joke about a website. I would never call him a cocksucker, all right? It's a difference of opinion. I'm sorry to Francesca, but Francesca's right, Chris. It was a bore fest until I started talking. And I'll tell you what, I don't think I'm Richard Pryor. I know I'm not that good, but I do what I do, and I'm trying to make a living. I went on there, and I did it. And a lot of people who I respect, including Howard and Howard's honest, man. If Howard thought I sucked, he would say I sucked.
Howard didn't even see it, right?
Howard saw it and listened to it, of course.
He saw it live, or did he see it after the show was on?
No, he saw it afterwards. But he watched it. He watched the whole thing. And look at it. Chris, look at it. Buck is laughing when I'm doing his father. They cut to the audience. They're not laughing in a fake way. Michael Irvin's now. Both of the kids next to me are laughing, Chris. I know you don't like it, but look, we have a difference in opinion. I apologize to Mike. I did what I had to do. I'm trying to make a living here, brother. I'm trying to avoid becoming a longshoreman again. And I tell you what, I'll keep doing it if it sells books, but not just because of that, because it's true to whatever. You want to call me an artist? I don't think I am, but I'm true to this the way Richard Pryor was true to his honest comedy. I will always do this, and I'll always listen to you, Russo. I won't bother you again. I love you. I'm going to keep listening. Thanks for taking my call.
Artie feels bad now.
Artie was feeling bad, and is it true Mike Francesco really had to buy 3 seats at the stadium?
Well, it's expensive, too. Like
Right.
$2,000 to see.
Well, there you go. I mean, you must be a little bit worn out, huh?
I am, Howard.
You're yelling and screaming and
I
carrying on.
feel a fraction of what it must be like to be you when you get a lightning rod of stuff. Like
Well,
it's like I mean, but the New York Times called me. I mean, there's a war on.
You're like Crazy Alice. You're yelling and screaming on all these radio shows.
Well, I mean, again,
So-
I would never.
Has he become Crazy Artie?
Crazy Artie.
Shut the fuck up, crazy eyed motherfucker! Fuck you, motherfucker! Chris Russo, fucking cocksucker! Chris, you ain't no Italian. You ain't no Italian. Fuck you, hi Fred.
Dick, don't you?
You suck dick, don't you?
I leave a dirty cocksucker.
Listen, Howard, I wouldn't have
This is
called.
what,
I wouldn't have called if Tim asked me to call.
What I thought was really wild was that HBO now, on their website, bleeped the entire thing. Like,
Oh, they have bleeps in it?
They're uptight about the language that was used.
I
which-
guess their sports area is where they don't curse.
I guess. I don't know.
Well,
I think they want to be, they're a little schizophrenic, as you said. They want to be a bunch of different things, HBO Sports and HBO Regular, and, they're the dirty channel.
Here's the crazy thing, Howard, and I've said this before in the air. I am such a fan of HBO Sports. Their documentaries, Thrill in Manila, like they are. Liev Schreiber does all of the narration. They did a thing about the Oakland A's and the Raiders in the '70s. It's one of my favorite things ever. I own it. I love HBO Sports. I love Bob Costas.
They don't love you.
But they don't love me. So there's a lot of people I love who don't love me, by the way.
Right.
But anyway, let me just say, and I told this to the New York Times last night. Here's exactly what Ross Greenberg said to me, okay? And I'll tell you what Joe Buck said to me, too. And there's witnesses to this. He said it in front of a few people. And he's not going to like this, and I don't agree with this, but this is what he said. He said, look, Art, with a big smile on his face. Ross Greenberg.
Okay.
With a big smile on his face, he comes up to me and he goes, listen, man, if these two guys get boring, you go in there and put in some energy, and you're the cleanup guy, Right. And he said, if these two guys get boring,
Right.
And Paul Rudd, who is a talented guy, and
Greenberg claims that what he meant by
I didn't say go nuts.
Right.
I said go nuts. That was right. He didn't say go nuts. He said
give
if these two guys, give them some energy. Now, Joe Buck in the green room in front of a bunch of people said to me, listen, give it to me, man. Let me have it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He said, let me have it, man. That's what this is
like
about.
Like roast him, kind of.
Yeah, well, no, he just said, let me have it. I don't know what I mean. And so if you say that to me on HBO, what does he think's going to happen?
I don't know.
I guess you're right. The first thing was a little strong, but then I told a touching story about how much I loved his father.
Right. Well, listen,
Everybody forgot that, Artie.
I know.
That's right, Art. I was reading a guy named Tommy Craig's column I think this is from Miami, but I don't know. I don't know where he writes a column, and he said that he thought that Joe Buck's phony outrage over Joe Buck's show is ridiculous, that having Artie on
He invited Artie.
He invited Artie. Artie was wild, and that's what they could have expected. And Joe Buck now distancing himself from his own show is sort of a wild thing in itself, that this is your show, and you kind of wanted this, and now you're conveniently saying you didn't want it. HBO took Artie's appearance off of YouTube, and they had it removed.
YouTube?
Yeah, off of YouTube because they had it removed. I didn't hear the rest of these, though. There's a couple other shows, I guess, that commented on Artie. This is the Dan Patrick radio show from here at Sirius, I guess.
Well, I guess that, Gary's happy because they stopped talking about the pitch.
Yeah.
Well, at least I did something manly. No, I was offensive.
Before we dive into Brett Favre's appearance last night on the Joe Buck show, the Joe Buck / Artie Lange show on HBO.
It's a good show, the Favre, and then the nice piece on David Wright, and then that great segment with Paul Rudd, who's hysterical, and Artie Lange, and some guy.
Paul Rudd wasn't hysterical.
Well, he only had 2 words.
Paul Rudd was there?
Yeah, I think he said, hi, Joe, and that was it.
It was a hijacking last night.
Yes, it was.
Brutal.
Yes, it was.
Brutal but transfixing TV.
I was not turning the channel. There's no doubt about that, but I've never felt more uncomfortable or sorry for a host in my entire life.
But what do you expect with Artie Lange? This is a comedian with Howard Stern, and Artie's off heroin, and if you listen to the show, Artie never shuts up anymore. He's got 1,000 things to say, and I think he probably got on and said, hey, you know what? This is kind of boring here. Let me liven this up.
Exactly.
He pulled a Howard, like when Howard did that to Arsenio Hall, and he's done it to other places, but they went to him, and the first thing he said to Joe Buck, I can't even come close to repeating on the air, but poor Joe looked like, I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, he was shell-shocked.
Yeah, I think that and probably had his family there. That's a big thing. It's his first show. It's HBO. He wants to get into the entertainment field. And I can host one of these shows. And
some producer in the back room in the early planning was like, you know what? Why don't we go a little crazy? Let's get a guy a little risque. How about Artie Lange?
Artie Lange, I hear all the kids like him.
Yeah, it'll be great.
He's edgy. Yeah, that'll be good. But I think what he made the mistake of maybe waking Artie up a little bit. And he started to give him a little bit of grief. As a host, you got to be careful if you're going to pick your battles with a stand-up comedian who's just going to fire back. I mean, Artie's used to doing this every single day of his life. And I think that's where Joe found out, especially the websites that Joe apparently goes.
Joe's 10 and 15-year-old sons, by the way, were in the audience.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
I wasn't told that.
Oh, dear.
Why would that have mattered?
Well, you know what?
You know
Maybe.
what? They're a little less innocent today.
Lang, you would have thought that he went on kicking and screaming, like he didn't want to go on the show. That's the feeling I got. It's like, I don't want to be here. and I'm just going to start taking shots. I'm bored. I'm going to start taking shots.
And the funniest part was he just says some really off-color stuff for about 2 minutes, and he goes, but, Joe, I love your father. He's a great broadcaster, one of the best, old-school guy, didn't take any BS, and starts complimenting his father, but still throwing in swear words as he's complimenting him.
I thought it was Joey Buttafuoco when I first tuned in.
Oh.
I did. I saw Artie. I went, is that? It's Artie. I thought it was Joey Buttafuoco there.
Oh. Hey, Marie, you're on the air in El Paso.
Hi, Howard.
Hi.
I love you.
Love you.
I just wanted to say, Artie, because I was a big Jackie fan, and so Artie's kind of humor, it's always been something that I don't really get or I don't really understand, but it's always kind of been like he's not really himself, and I think it was the drugs. And I've been in rehab. I've just been out of rehab for like a month. And I know exactly what he's going through because, like, I'm now myself, like being a bitch and, like, shouting at people. And you know what I mean? You're being yourself, Artie. And that's what I really, really appreciate about your humor now, is that you're being honest. And that's what makes it really funny.
Okay.
No,
I guess.
I guess she likes you.
That was a weird turn, but thank you,
She
sweetie.
back into it.
I wonder how many times HBO will rerun this disgraceful episode.
I don't know. It sounds like they're bleeping it, but it is on their website. It's still there.
I know it's bleeped somewhere. Some people write me letters now about this whole thing,
and can I say
I'm
something
trying
else?
to understand it, and I think somewhere it's bleeped, and YouTube took it off. That's what I know.
I don't know why YouTube would take it off, but
They don't take anything off.
HBO had it removed from YouTube somehow.
They don't want people seeing the unbleeped version.
Yeah.
One other thing about my intent, I was excited to be invited to that. That's a big deal for me. And a live HBO. It is for an HBO. I mean, I got a book out. It's an HBO show. Brett Favre and Michael Irvin are Hall of Fame guys, or Favre will be. And, I didn't go there to do anything but try to make the show good and be funny. Joe Buck was very nice to me. He's a big fan of this show, and I didn't go on and try to hijack anything.
What was it like after you, when you were leaving? Did he shake your hand?
He shook my hand and said, "Great job, man. That was great." And
you weren't ushered out by cops or anything like that.
I mean, look, every one of the crew guys hugged me and said that was the greatest thing ever. I mean,
Joe Buck himself. What did Greenberg do?
I didn't see Greenberg on the way out. I mean, I had to get up in the morning, so I left.
Right.
I mean, I didn't know I had to stay an extra half hour for the internet thing. I mean, I had to get up in the morning, but I stayed. And again, I would never say this except to defend myself. But if you got Paul Rudd and Jason on the phone, the two guys.
They thought it was funny.
Who were with me?
Yes.
Paul looked at me and said, "Do you realize how amazing what you just did was?"
Well, maybe we'll try to get this out going. We'll try to call Paul Rudd.
I believe Artie. I don't think I need to call Paul Rudd.
You don't?
I believe
I
him.
would like to hear everybody's take on this.
You need to hear it all. Marianne, why don't we have everyone in the world call in? Marianne from Brooklyn, you're on the air.
Artie, don't you have anything better to do than call a lame radio show?
What do you mean? He's promoting a book.
He's calling Mike and all these shows.
No, he called Mad Dog because
Mad Dog to promote his show.
Tim asked him to do it.
Oh, but Howard,
Yes.
can I ask you something? Do you think that Artie using your name like Howard said it throughout this whole thing, are you upset about that, or it doesn't really matter to you?
No, Artie works with me, and he's quoting things that I said. I said I thought it was funny.
No, I'm talking about on the shows, like he says, Artie's my boss, and Howard's my boss, and I'm only going to listen to Howard, and I only listen to the great Howard. That's what he keeps saying, almost like you're his father figure, and he's got to put it out there like you have to protect him.
No, I think it's a way of him saying that he works with me and respects my opinion.
Well, that's nice. I have to say one more thing. It's not such a big deal, Artie. Life goes on, you know what? And you should just, chill out because you're trying to be in, rehab and stuff. So everybody does have a life, so we should all move on. Love you, Howard.
All right, Marianne.
I am chill. I'm very calm. This is.
I've been a lot in the internet and stuff, and it seems like that man you're talking about, he said that he really wanted to kick you off, but because he promoted it so much, he wasn't going to do that, and that you were supposed to give energy and not that kind of raunchy, crazy behavior, because I think the reason...
All right, very interesting. David, go ahead. You're on in Toronto.
I just want to tell Artie, he's like a road that's been paved twice. Retard. You are less Italian than you are funny. I think you should concentrate on that. And the title of your new book, if you understand Italian, should be Chabot. It means fat little fuck.
Well, not an Artie fan.
I don't understand what he
sounds more
said.
like I think this is Mr. Greenberg on the phone.
He did a great joke. You hear him? A paved road retard.
Retard.
Yeah, no, I just
that was a good one.
Talking,
That's funny, man. Can I use that one?
Howard's my boss.
Yeah,
you
right.
You can use that one.
Thanks, buddy.
You can use that one, and maybe you'll get a laugh.
Right. I never get laughs.
People laugh because they're
I never get laughs.
Doesn't mean you're funny.
Oh, okay. What would mean you're funny? People not laughing?
No, it would mean people laughing because you said something that was actually humorous, not belligerent.
Oh,
people laugh out of.
Yeah, that's a lot of your detractors are saying you've become very angry and belligerent.
Oh, okay.
That you used to be sweet Artie, and now you're vicious Artie.
Okay, well,
I thought that the Joe Buck thing was entertaining. Now, I don't know. I don't even believe everyone's carrying on like this.
I can't believe it
was
either.
Very controversial. We had no idea that they would be debating this all over everybody's ear.
Listen, if I was on there with Barack Obama, I would not have said what I said. Okay,
You said it was a setting where you felt comfortable enough to do your thing.
Exactly.
All right.
I'm sorry, guys.
Now, were you excited by all this, or were you upset by it? What happened yesterday in your life? Were you turned on by all of the attention, or were you turned off to this?
I have to admit, Howard, I was turned on by it.
You liked it. You liked all the attention.
It's exciting. I mean,
did Team Lange come together and say this was a good thing?
I haven't met Team Lange.
Did you discuss this with your agent? Did you discuss it?
They all think it's great.
They
yeah,
like
that's
it.
what I was talking about.
Because
that's Team Lange.
the book apparently
is doing well.
Went through the roof.
So that's what you want.
Yeah.
So you got what you needed.
Well, I mean, it's publicity,
right?
And
so you weren't having any sort of second thoughts about it, doubts?
No.
You feel good about your appearance there, and
Howard, listen. All I can go by is I've done a lot of talk shows, okay,
right.
And I've done 1,000 of these shows and whatever, and I've done a lot of things in front of an audience. I thought it was great.
Right. So that's all you have to worry about.
And I've been on
yourself?
And I've been on before, and I thought I've been bad too.
Why defend yourself? That's what you've got to do in therapy. You got to say, listen, I thought it was great. That's what I did. I stand by it.
Well,
that's it.
People are.
Don't get affected by everyone's opinion.
I'm not affected by it.
Good.
Really, I'm sort of just sitting here and people are coming to me. People called me. Tim called me and asked me to call Russo. I look, and everyone gets into this business because you want attention, and of course I was turned on by it.
I was glad to hear you say you were a narcissist. I think your numbers would be higher this week than mine.
I'm a narcissist. Absolutely.
He might be higher than you.
Yeah, you might be a little above a 34.
Right.
Robin, look, anyone who gets into comedy, think about what a comedian says to the rest of the world. Look, guys, I don't only think I'm interesting and funny. I think people will pay to fucking hear me. I mean, of course I'm a narcissist.
But I was going to ask you something. You would never go to your therapist to evaluate a performance, would you?
No, I wouldn't. But I might go to my therapist to understand why I'd care so much. Right.
I see. Okay.
Right. In other words, when I go into therapy, I have had issues where I care what everyone thinks. Mm-hmm. And we get into that. Why care about...
that's a different issue. I thought you were saying maybe you should talk to your therapist about, whether this was funny or not. And that's not what you're going to do.
No, I think Artie needs to deal in therapy with a lot of issues. This isn't one of them.
Right. What would he be talking about in relation to this, though?
His anger, he is lashing out at anyone who criticizes him, which is understandable. Mm-hmm. But the anger is so off the wall.
Crazy.
Well, you know what?
It's crazy that it's making his life like
a little bit unlivable.
And I would guess, if I may play shrink here, that all of this excitement, all of this fighting with everyone, all of this turmoil is keeping Artie from really getting to the things that bother him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
he's keeping himself busy.
You're 100% correct.
Right.
Something about that, though. I remember going through an anger phase.
Yes, I remember that
in
phase.
the few months that I did therapy.
Yeah.
And then cured yourself.
Before I quit.
Right. Before you declared you were cured. Yes.
And that's one thing that happens. A lot of your unexpressed anger just rises to the surface, and it is a little bit uncontrollable at the beginning.
Oh, it's horrible. And what is that famous quote by Richard Nixon, like, your enemies only win if you get mad, because then you destroy yourself. You know? And, look, Howard's right. I have anger in me that's tremendous, and it's about a bunch of things. And thank God I found a therapist that I like. Like, I really like. I call him on the phone when I can't see him, if I'm on the road. So I'm working on it, man.
I believe that you need to be in therapy 5 days a week for now.
Okay.
Now, I'm not making a joke.
I don't understand. Is it structured therapy? What are we talking about?
It's a psychotherapy, I believe, that Artie is involved with.
It's intense.
And it's...
But is it structured? Like, we see each other on this day at this
It's
hour?
twice a week based on his schedule and mine.
Based on...
Based on,
you don't have a set appointment?
In the beginning of the week, he'll say, I have this day, and I'll say, okay, let's do it that way.
What about locking into 3 or 4 times a week at a set time?
I'll bring that up to him today.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the move because
I think you could, get through this a lot easier, maybe dispel a lot of that anger
I think he's
in therapy.
I think I'll get through a lot of money, too.
Well, that, too. We can run through that.
You're right. No, listen,
getting better does cost money.
If I could tell you,
investment in you,
if I could tell you what I spent on heroin,
right.
it
pales in comparison.
Way less.
What'd you spend a week on heroin? Would you say? I mean, there's no exact number, I'm sure.
A week?
When you really were at your worst.
At my worst?
Yeah.
Well, I read once that that Yoko Ono and John Lennon in the 70s were spending $5,000 a week on heroin. In the 70s.
That was the 70s.
Yeah, and I think, but you see, here's the thing. I was having it delivered because I was afraid to be seen going.
So there's a surcharge?
Well, absolutely.
It's like McDonald's. If they could deliver it to your house, they have to charge you something.
And these
Pizza
were
Hut,
these were guys that I would overpay because I was afraid. I don't want them mad at all. You know. And I'll give you the most I ever spent in 1 week.
Go ahead.
Probably. You know what? I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it, not because there's a bunch of issues here.
Oh.
By the way, I mean, how often do you have to have it delivered?
About twice a day. no,
Is that true?
No. A couple times a week.
Right.
Yeah.
How long does the delivery person hang out? Do they just deliver and then leave? Like
you don't have to hang with them.
Hang out with them?
Sometimes it gets uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Sometimes they use bad language. Sometimes Ross Greenberg will say, look, you're Artie's heroin dealer. If it gets boring, try to mix it up a little bit. And they completely misread him.
Does the delivery person ever, once in a while, hand you the bag and then, pull it away real quick and, just fuck with you?
No, they don't want to. They want the money, so
they don't want to tease you with it?
That doesn't happen.
You're not in any mood to pull back the money, are you?
No, I'm not.
So when somebody, maybe let's put it this way, see if you can answer this. When somebody's habit is bad, what generally would they spend a week?
Well, here's the thing. I never
5,000 sounds incredible.
I never shot it.
Right.
I believe John and Yoko were shooting it. You go through it way quicker.
Right.
So, I would say even adjusting $5,000 a week now would be a shitload of money to pay for heroin because heroin's cheap.
Could you have spent $7,500 a week?
No.
No, not that much.
He's saying he didn't go that way.
He didn't go that way.
It's cheaper.
Well, it's like I never smoked cocaine either.
Right.
For some reason, I had these levels, and I was at parties where
there was times you were afraid to go that.
Yeah, because I would have
level.
lived in that bottle,
Right.
and I was at parties where I was handed a pipe, and I just said no to that somehow because I thought that was another level. And if you smoke coke, God, the money just goes because then you just get rid of it so quick.
Do you think you're insane?
On some level, sure.
You do.
I mean,
qualified.
I mean,
Are you
insane.
Do you think you're insane?
No, I don't think I'm
No.
insane.
In other words, do you think you have a death wish?
Oh.
Which would be insanity.
I
You know
think,
that.
yes, I know that.
Right.
I think at one time I might have, but not anymore.
All right, good. All right, well, that's good to hear.
Well, listen,
let
Howard,
me
I tried
ask
to
you,
commit
Howard.
suicide. Howard.
Right. So are you insane?
No, I think I was at one point, but I'm not.
Now you're
but listen,
saying-
listen, I'm not trying to be wah here, but the pain that I went through, the darkness of seeing my father the way he was so traumatizing to me. And my father asked me to kill him once a week.
Right.
And he was my best friend, and we did everything together. And when we played catch, my hand would hurt from how hard he threw the ball. And the last 4 years of his life, I had to wipe his nose. And you know, it just it really was something I couldn't get out of my head, and I never went to therapy for it. And my mother always looked tired. You know, she would set her while
But
working.
Let me answer your question.
Okay, go ahead. I mean, I'm just trying to answer
Your father. No, I hear you. Your father exhibited a lot of bad behavior.
Yes.
You described a story that I thought was almost too outrageous to believe that he would, install, phony cable.
But never did drugs or drank or anything, which is weird. And he never gambled. It was weird.
Do you think a lot of your outrageous behavior is an attempt to be like your dad?
Absolutely.
It is.
1,000.
Because you admire him so much that all of his negative behaviors you think are good.
You could not be more correct. My father would tell me stories about how he used to fool around in school and get in trouble. And that absolutely made me want to do that.
So you think,
wait a minute.
So you think that being a real man is behaving outrageously or
Probably.
badly?
Well, no, not bad. But you see, because in a lot of ways, I'm a good man, Howard.
No, I'm not accusing you of being a bad man. You're a good-hearted guy.
Yeah, but
do you think outrageous and bad behavior
is manly?
Is manly?
Sure, in a way there is. But I'm older now. I used to think that. I realize now, of course. I mean, listen, the stuff I do on an HBO
no, I'm not
show.
Talking about, forget HBO.
Right, okay.
I'm not talking about HBO. I'm talking about
You're talking about his life.
I'm talking about your life. I'm talking about doing outrageous things. Stuff that you don't even talk about here.
I think I'm mature enough now to realize that that's wrong. But for a long time, I thought that was what a man was. Absolutely.
Let me ask you something, though, because we were on the conversation about insanity.
Right.
And insanity is not regulatable.
That's right.
Okay, you can't control. That's what insanity is.
That's why I asked the question, because insanity means you're insane. It means, in other words,
it means you don't have a choice.
The only way that you can recover from it, if you want to call it a recovery, is to be medicated.
Right, you have to be controlled outside of yourself.
Absolutely.
So
you can't say today I'm not insane.
Right. So
you are. If you're insane, that's it.
There's no
cure.
I was insane yesterday.
No, there isn't.
That temporary insanity defense. What do you think of that?
That's why I asked you if you think you're insane, because...
Well, do you think I'm insane?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking that something's going on where my recommendation, and I don't say this lightly, the reason I said you should be in therapy 4 or 5 days a week is to find out what's really going on with you. Right. You should know what's going on with you.
Right.
In other words, you're an older guy with the heroin and stuff. That's dangerous stuff. I mean, you're playing with fire.
I understand.
And I love you, and I don't want to see anything bad happen to you. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart.
I know you do, Howard.
So the thing is that if you are insane, let's assume you are, they can medicate you.
Right.
And if they medicate you, you'll have a good life. There are many people I know in my personal life who are, mentally ill. And people go shocked when you hear, mental illness. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, let me hit fuzzy
I don't
health.
want anything bad to happen to you. So if you are mentally ill, they should medicate you. If you're not, then you got to get to the bottom of this anger.
But let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you something.
Right. Because you tried to commit suicide, and that scares me.
But I tried to commit suicide because I had just done coke for 3 days, and I ran out of it. And
so you might not be insane.
I don't think I am.
But taking coke for 3 days is insane.
I know. But so everyone who does coke for 3 days, there's a lot of people who do that. I mean,
and they're not all insane.
I don't think I'm insane. I don't think I'm insane.
Artie, sometimes the drug taking is an attempt at self-medicating because
of course it
of
is.
insanity.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, all right.
That could be behind the drug use,
but
too.
And that's
it could be.
Completely
I'm not a doctor.
Understandable.
Yeah, I don't know.
I understand that.
Right.
But I'm not on any medication right now.
Right.
And for a couple of weeks on the show, I really was out of my mind, ruining interviews and shit.
Right.
And do you feel I've made an adjustment there?
No.
No?
No. You've made some adjustment, but not
well,
really.
Some adjustment.
Not really. No. I don't think so.
But some adjustment.
Some.
Right. So
I think you're having a hard time controlling yourself.
I'm going towards the
Yeah. I think you're doing better. I just think that what I'm worried about.
That's on my own. So, and I'm going to keep and listen. I will keep trying to do that.
There's something going on though that concerns me. That in doing your own rehab, I think you're going through a tremendous difficulty right now. You came off heroin, which
right.
I applaud you, and I think is unbelievable. I mean, an amazing feat, because anyone who understands addiction That ain't easy.
Oh, no.
This is the hardest thing you're going through.
It's not just the drug.
And I don't think you even know inside of you how, forget the physical addiction, the psychological addiction. That emptiness now, that void that isn't filled, has to be filled some other way.
Well, it's the Charlie Parker quote. They can get it out of your blood, but they can't get it out of your brain.
Right. When you're an addictive person.
Whatever you were taking it for, you're now subject to having to control
right.
or
You're
face.
feeling things. Thoughts are creeping in that the heroin would dampen. In a way, you were medicating whatever it is that's bugging you, whether it is insanity, whether it's just the death of your father, whether it's the combination of everything that goes on in the pressures of your life. Whatever's going on now, you're starting to feel.
Right.
And I think...
That's a hell of a thing to have to go through on your own.
I know I have trouble negotiating my feelings. That's why I'm there 3 days a week. I can't imagine what it's like for you coming off heroin. That's why I'm saying...
Well, I am going. I'm going, and it's 2 days a week now, but I'll tell the guy I want more. I believe you, Howard.
I'm telling you, I think that I'm worried because, listen, you're a dear friend. But aside from working with you, forget the work. I'm talking about you're a good-hearted human being and a good man and a funny guy and a talented guy. And I think that this is a lot of pressure you're going through right now.
It is.
I recognize that.
Thank you.
But you got to get assistance. I mean, you got to find out what's going on inside of you because no one can do that on their own. Very few people, unless you're, so self-evolved that you can figure out what's going on.
And I'm not.
And I'm not either. So I'm not trying to set myself as an expert.
And there are some people who it's just a drug thing and they just get off the drugs and they're fine. But if the drug was something to cover up something else.
Sure it was.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
You see, let me tell you something. Well, this is why I enjoy therapy now, and it's working. Just this conversation makes me feel better.
Right.
It does,
because
and I appreciate it.
Right. Well,
because
people care about
because it's with people I respect.
Right.
Okay, and I respect this guy a lot.
Good.
And God, is he a wise soul? And
but here's the other thing: you also tend to turn everybody into either they're the greatest or the
shittiest.
Worst.
All right.
He's a man.
I understand.
He's got expertise in this area.
Right.
He's going to sit with you. Some days you're going to hate him. Some days you're going to love him.
Right.
But he knows what he's doing. I know the guy's credentials.
Yes.
I was involved with that.
I know the guy's address. He better know what he's doing.
Right. He better because there's a lot of money going on.
Yeah,
but as I said when you were first talking about it, it's a commitment you have to make to go through the rough patches and this lovely honeymoon.
Right, this is a honeymoon
going
phase.
On here.
I went to my psychiatrist and I said, I can't fucking stand this anymore. I don't want to be here. I want to get out. And by the end of the session, I felt great. So it was like, you're always going to have those feelings you want to get away from therapy.
Right.
I just say, look, who the hell knows what's going on? You've had a volatile past, the horror of your father, as you point out, and who knows what else went on there. You might have blocked out a lot of shit that you don't even know really what went on.
Well, I mean, I can tell you for one thing, I was never abused in any way.
I don't
no.
That
does nothing.
I mean, I know. I'm just saying.
Me neither. I mean, look at us. Who's going to abuse us? No one's attracted to it.
Abuse comes in many colors.
Believe me, I wish someone would have abused me.
No, I'm just saying. I just
paid attention.
And anybody can formulate an opinion on what you just said. I just want to make sure I was not abused.
I'm not talking about abuse.
Right. I understand.
And
you're right.
If anything, my abuse was people ignored me because of the way
that
I
was
looked.
terrible for you.
Right. I wish someone would have touched me inappropriately.
I want to be abused.
So anyway, listen.
Right.
This is a topic for off the air, but the fact of the matter is...
So let's do it on.
Let's do it on. No. What I'm saying
so much
is...
better on.
I appreciate
even this episode with Joe Buck,
right?
While I believe it was, television for me, anything goes. I'm not uptight. But I have a feeling even this weighs on you more heavily than you even know. Mm-hmm. That this is a lot of attention all of a sudden.
It is.
And there's a lot of pressure in it. Even the way, like, you're trying to convince this sports guy that you are funny.
Mad Dog.
Who,
You're convincing a mad dog.
You're caught
I'm turning into the man.
You're caught up in a lot here, and there's a lot going on top of which you're running around the country promoting this book, doing stand-up.
It's a crazy month.
And you just got off heroin. So...
It's nuts.
I'm saying this whole schedule sounds crazy to me. Everything about this sounds crazy.
Right.
Is what I'm saying to you. And, there's got to be time also to just sit down, relax, get in touch with your thoughts.
You're right.
And really focus on yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see that happening here. I see a lot of busyness to keep you busy, to keep you off of the heroin.
Off of Artie.
Yeah. Keep you away from it. keep you off Artie, keep you off heroin, keep you off whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
There's a lot of running around. There's a lot of energy going on here. And I'm just,
a lot of distractions is what they call it.
And I hope the psychiatrist will sit with you and try and sort of say, hey, Artie, slow down. Learn to say no to a few things.
Well, that's what he said. He goes, because I called him from L.A., and he's like, where are you going? Like, I told him my schedule.
Right.
And up until July 1st, it is crazy.
And even with this show, it's like not everything has to happen at once. Like I always say to Artie, this is a long haul. We have another year and a half. Let's slow it down. Let's just take it easy. There's a lot of panic and pressure here going on. And I worry about you. And I've said this to you off the air, and I'll say it to you on the air. You're a friend, a dear friend. You're a good-hearted man. And I hope the audience doesn't forget that because, a lot of people are saying they hear Artie's anger. They hear he's vicious right now. You're a good guy. You're a good-hearted soul. And I know that about you. But I'm hoping and praying that you do take some time for yourself. Sit down. Yeah, okay, so you don't go away and do stand-up for a week, and it's going to cost you money for not doing stand-up, but
who cares?
I'd rather you spend the money.
Right,
go to a shrink, and sit there and talk about yourself, even till you're sick of talking about yourself, till you break through, until you get to understand what's going on, and let him understand who you are.
Right.
Because if the theory is that you're insane, good, get medicated. That's easy. That they can fix. If it's not insanity that you're doing this to yourself.
Howard makes this all. Not everybody is capable of dealing with the medication either.
That's right.
It's not that easy.
No, what I'm saying is
like
this is complicated. So
what
I'm saying is, I don't think Artie's insane.
I don't either.
But I'm saying is, go get
if I was
diagnosed.
insane, Howard, I don't think you'd keep me here. I mean,
you don't know that for sure, Artie. I've seen him hire insane people.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm sitting 2 feet from him every day.
They couldn't keep the job.
Insane people, listen.
Right.
I'm being dramatic for purposes on the air, but the fact of the matter is, we don't know what's going on inside of you, nor do you.
You know what? You're right.
I don't know what's going on inside of me.
That's what's scary.
I'm having somebody diagnose me and help me.
And you know what? And for years, I pushed that away, and now I'm embracing it.
All right, there you go.
And it's a lot of credit goes to you for that, man, and I appreciate it. You found the guy, and I love the guy.
Well, Artie, as important as all of this is.
Yeah, but the one thing I would like to say is, because I much like Artie, I am fascinated by people who are out of control, because he's always talking about, his hero, Keith Richards and John Belushi, and, every hero he has, Charlie Parker, they're all crazy. And they were literally insane.
That's right.
And I was watching that Hunter S. Thompson thing, or Thomas, whatever his name
Hunter
was.
S.
Thompson.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Well, I wasn't watching that. I was watching a documentary about him.
Yeah.
And the man's brilliant, but he's in pain every day of his life. And he's taking these drugs to try to get out of his own head. And eventually, it took a long time, but he eventually killed himself. And it was like, that's what I worry about with Artie, is the darkness.
That's right.
That severe.
Well, that's why it has to be diagnosed.
Well, and you can't
get diagnosed in a day on something like that. So
Hunter S. Thompson, I believe, blew his head off at the age of 60 because that's the exact age Hemingway did. I think he said Hemingway blew his head off when he was 60, and that's what I'm going to do. Believe me, guys, I promise you, I'm not in that place. I'm not there.
All right,
I'm not.
That's
there.
good.
I'm far from it, as a matter of fact. I might be annoying, but I'm happy.
By the way, as important as all of this is, there's something more important to discuss. Everybody is here for the Bang My Dad update.
By the way, I saw these people. This was so funny. I saw them on the street yesterday as I'm driving. The 2 daughters and the father, and he had a smile on his face.
Yeah, well, we'll find out what happened right after this. Let's take a break. Everybody calm down.
Wow, that was a rough hour, man.
Well, listen, you're the toast of the town. You're the man of the hour.
I don't even care about that shit. I mean, I appreciate the last 10 minutes here, but... I promise you, I'm doing better, and I'm working on everything really hard because I want to be alive forever now.
Yes.
And I got a second chance. A doctor told me I'm lucky to be healthy. I always thought I was going to die from health issues, and he said, no, if you can control your anger and stuff and not destroy yourself, you'll be around for a long time.
You might actually live.
And I want to live for a long time.
Well, that's good news.
All right.
Not to everybody on the Stern Fan Network, but I do want to live for a long time.
Right. The Stern Fan Network wants everyone dead.
It is weird that it's getting this much attention, though. I mean, Joe Buck, if he pretends to be upset about this, I really think it's stupid. But again, I don't want to show any anger.
There was one line in that whole thing, and it happened to be the very first line,
Right,
that maybe Artie would take back or change it and make it a little
I
less...
wouldn't take it back because it got a reaction. But Scott's right. It was strong. But if you take that line out, I don't think there's that much of a deal right now.
Yeah,
But I mean, look, I said the jizz line during the internet part.
Well, listen to that.
Maybe we're desensitized because where we work, but I tell you, we all fucking laughed.
And everyone in the crowd was laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, did you hear me bomb? I didn't bomb.
No.
Yeah, Ross Greenberg did not return our phone call.
Of course not. Ross Greenberg, I don't think is operating on a ton of brain power.
John, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome back.
I'm thrilled to be back.
How you doing?
I have lots of plugs, so I'm doing fine.
What are you going to be talking about today?
I forgot you have food. I wouldn't have spent money. Oh, well, not bad.
It's been gone. So what are you going to be talking about today?
Jay, where are we going?
Right here.
I'm going to be talking about Melissa trying to adopt a child.
Really?
Yeah.
And what about winning Celebrity Apprentice?
Oh, we can discuss that. But I'm not going to say anything bad. Howard's going to win.
You're not going to... No stories for Howard?
Oh, sure, stories. But not about Donald Trump. I'm not stupid.
No, of course not.
Yeah, no. But, glad to talk about people.
All right, John.
Okay, it's good to talk to you.
We'll see you in a little bit.
Joan Rivers is here. She's performing stand-up this Thursday night at the Gramercy Theater in Manhattan. I can't wait to talk to Joan. Joan Rivers, of course, has been around the block. I'll ask her about the death of Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
Among other things.
And how she killed him.
That's right. I didn't know she killed him. That's an interesting
Well,
fact.
this is an interesting alibi. She's here.
Right.
Right.
And
Okay.
he died out there.
Well, there's, you could hire somebody.
Anyway, Joan Rivers also was just on the Celebrity Apprentice, which I have to ask her about.
Didn't she win?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I got to ask her. I didn't even watch it, but I know she called a professional poker player a Nazi.
Hello.
And worse than... Oh, what are you eating? Boy, you almost fell over.
Oh, man.
Beware of Jews bearing gifts.
What do you got, a baby?
You carrying a baby? Did you have a baby?
Yes,
It looks like you're holding a baby.
I had a baby. It's so wonderful. I'm so proud.
What do you think of these women who are at an advanced age and they go to these
60
doctors,
years
60
old.
years old, and they have babies? It's crazy, right?
That's advanced to you. To me, that's a kid.
Right, you wish. What are you holding there? Because it's making a lot of noise.
I know.
Joe.
I'll get rid of it. I hate when people, you're going to Howard Stern. Give me gifts.
Who said that?
Somebody give, but it's from God's Love We Deliver, so, which is my charity.
I give to them.
He can afford food, John.
Yeah.
I know,
Don't
but-
bring me food. In fact, I contribute to God's love we deliver.
That's why I think it's an apron or something.
Can I tell you something? I always go crazy if they send out a letter to me or send a gift. Give it to the people who need it.
Thank you. I used to be head of cystic fibrosis, and they would send me 69 roses, and I'd say, you know what that costs?
You're right.
Send it, keep it for the
Can I tell you what I thought that was going to be when you were carrying it? I thought it was Ed McMahon's head.
Is he dead?
He died, Ed McMahon.
He died this
Yes.
morning.
Did he leave me anything?
I don't think he left
I
himself
don't
anything.
think they cracked open the will just yet.
He left you the Tonight Show.
How
They
do
need you back.
How do you feel?
God bless you, my darling.
How do you feel about the death of Ed McMahon? I want you to think
Truly?
about this. Yeah, truly.
Truly, he was the only one when Johnny Carson was a shit
Right.
and wasn't talking to me and putting out all these lies that he came over to me once in the Beverly Hills Hotel and said hello. He was a lovely man.
I was reminding people of your
Lovely
history
man.
with the Tonight Show because a lot of people don't understand who you really are.
Yeah, well.
You were the greatest. You filled in. Let's remind people why you are the greatest. You used to go on the. No, listen to me. What do you mean? Why are you waving me
You know
off?
this is all
cares?
written, and you planned for him to say this.
You love when I say this. No, this is. I'm trying to refresh your own memory. I know you're a little oivaboodle.
Well, this age.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
You're Goya Shakub.
You understand oivaboodle?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So listen to me. Now you're sharp as a tack, but listen to me. The reason I'm bringing up this old history. You were a guest on the Tonight Show. You were so good. Johnny put you on as a guest host.
Right.
When you started to guest host, your ratings were higher than Johnny's.
Right.
And so they said to you, you're now the permanent guest host. You would have replaced Johnny Carson, but you moved to Fox.
Because they had a letter out saying here are the 10 people that can replace Johnny. And it was all men. I wasn't on it. And a friend of mine slipped it to me from NBC. So I left to go to Fox.
So you're saying after all that went down and Johnny badmouthed you and everyone was mean to you, you are saying that Ed McMahon was man enough to come up to you somewhere and say, you know what, Joan, I don't feel this way about you. Please don't tell Johnny.
And that truly, to do that in public, Johnny was very vindictive. He was not this warm, fuzzy guy. He was a mean, tough killer. That's why he got what he got.
Was Ed McMahon good? Was he a talented man?
I think in what he did, he was brilliant.
Right. In other words,
he set the form for that, which is, look at these sycophants you have here. You know what I mean? These guys, they know how to kiss your
Don't
ass.
talk to Howard that way.
But you, in other words,
How
what you're
dare
saying
you.
is like Stuttering John, who used to work here, has now become the announcer on The Tonight Show. He had aspirations to be the Ed McMahon. You're saying it might not be as easy as it looks.
Oh, it's not. You know, you got to know when to laugh, when to shut up, when to move over, when not to talk. Oh, it's not. Yeah, and you got to always be second fiddle and know your second fiddle.
Right, and be satisfied with that. Shouldn't Ed have spoken out about you publicly rather than do it in a supermarket?
He couldn't. He would have lost his job.
He would have lost his job. Do you believe that Ed was worth $80 million? At one point, I remember reading that before all the wives and all that other stuff.
Well,
you know,
there were
we all
wives
know
in between there.
So let's make it 40 million. You know,
Okay,
we all
right.
know already.
It's a little high.
Yeah. But he also married one ass after, one little piece of ass after the next.
He liked hot chicks.
He liked hot chicks.
He was trying to keep up with Johnny in that way.
Yeah, well,
And
but
he
then
did.
he should have beaten them up.
Did Ed ever try to... Right, that's right.
Ooh, I forgot
Did
about
Ed
that.
ever try to come on to you, to put his finger inside of you? Or if I may be
Even my
graphic.
own husband didn't come on to me.
Yeah.
I am the only one.
No,
that
you
did
had
his
your
book.
you had your slew of suitors.
I had a few I had
Whatever.
one now that just dumped me.
Yeah, I heard you got dumped again.
Got dumped again last Sunday.
And how old was the guy?
75.
Can you believe 70? I mean, you
His
look
nurse had to
good.
dump me.
I showed you a picture.
75-year-olds are dumping you?
I just showed you a picture on David Letterman, and even David Letterman said, boy, she looks good. I showed a picture from my wedding.
Yeah. I didn't see that. See, nobody does any nice things.
Well, of course not. Why
If
would they tell you
I
that?
just wanted to do a sidebar. If you had said, here's Joan Rivers, doesn't she look like a pig? I would have had 9 phone calls the next day saying, Howard Stern showed your picture and said you look like a pig.
No, even Dave said you look good.
Oh, well, Davey's got cataract.
And the
Look
fact
at you talking.
yeah, and the fact of the he still doesn't have you on, does he, Letterman?
Never.
Unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
Why won't Letterman have you on? You're so good. You were great on this Celebrity Apprentice.
Yeah, thank God.
You
And
were-
you won, right?
I won.
Yeah, you're
I
the
won.
victor.
And ask me what I got.
What did you get?
Nothing.
Nothing, because it goes to charity. Great. That's just what you need. Nothing.
Nothing.
Are you in financial trouble yourself? Are you?
Sort of.
You are. And I'll get back to this guy who
Again?
dumped you. Yeah. What is going on now?
I wish I could say Bernie Madoff, but
You don't even have that luck.
Ruth.
Ruth
Madoff.
Oh, Ruth. You went with Ruth. No, Joan, explain to me. You came out of bankruptcy. You worked very hard to get back to where you were.
I live very high, Howard. I have
know.
a great life, and I live very high.
What is high? I mean, okay,
High
clothes
is-
you wear.
I spent my apartment is gorgeous.
This outfit you're wearing is spectacular.
It's
This
a great
leather jacket.
outfit.
That's
You
expensive.
own that apartment, though. You're not renting.
I own it, but the maintenance is so high. There's only
Yeah.
8 of us in the whole building.
You're selling your apartment now.
Theoretically,
You're asking $25 million.
$25 million. It's not worth it.
Beautiful
It's
apartment.
not worth $25
I
million.
am looking for a foreigner that doesn't understand that.
I've been to your apartment. It's quite beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's not worth $25 million, but I think
What do you
somewhere
think
there's
it's
a Russian.
What do you think it's realistically worth?
I don't know. I don't know. But I do know there is a rich Russian out there somewhere that is going to go da.
Why are you selling? You are the quintessential New Yorker. Are you looking to move to Los Angeles to be near your daughter?
I want to do half and Melissa actually said to me, which I found, wait till you, with your daughters. I was out there doing the play last year, and she said, it is so wonderful to have you in the same city.
Right.
Finally.
Finally, it respects you.
Isn't that funny? It is so wonderful. It's wonderful for Cooper. So I said, you know what I'll do? I'll get a smaller place in New York. I'm a New Yorker.
Right.
So I'll get like a beautiful, real apartment. you
Right.
know. And because this apartment's a fantasy.
Right. This is a home.
Yeah, and a big, it's 3 floors and blah, blah, blah. And I'll get a small house in L.A.
Right.
and be able to be. I flew out there to do Passover for Cooper
Right.
to remind him that he's Jewish.
So are you? Yeah, that's a good idea. Did you sell I mean, is the idea that you're overextended, and if you
I'm
could get
overextended. I think I have a house in Connecticut. I have foreign help up there.
Wow.
They're there now, even though you're not.
Doing
nothing.
Doing nothing.
What are they doing in Connecticut? You're not even there.
Well, I thought I was going to be more.
You claim that you want to teach Cooper that he's Jewish.
To a point.
Yeah, I mean,
how is he going to figure this whole thing out?
Didn't he make anti-Semitic remarks to you, and that's when you decided to start teaching him about his Judaism?
Well, he called me a big fat Jew. Jew pig. So I said,
we might have to teach
I'm not big.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable. No, he told you lived in Hymietown, didn't he?
What are you doing in Hymietown?
All right, get back to this for a second. I'm going to get to your finances in a minute because I want to understand how you went horribly wrong.
I also want to talk about Melissa's adopting another child, we think.
You're kidding? From Malawi?
No, because we're so jealous of Angelina. Suddenly, like, she's the big mother image.
You're going to get a black grandchild?
We're going to get a child from Australia, we think, from a click tribe.
No kidding, a pygmy.
So, its name is...
A pygmy?
Well, I don't know. We said it's a...
You must be having a riot with this one.
Yeah, well, every time it talks, the garage door's open.
Why does she want another kid? What is that about?
This is a joke, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's a joke that it's a pygmy.
Will you accept the adopted grandchild, or will you?
Not at all.
I thought so. You're very judgmental.
No, I think it's great. It can work for me.
But haven't you always said looks are the most important thing in the world?
Totally. So I don't want an ugly grandchild.
That's what I'm saying.
These children can be beautiful.
Yeah, show me one beautiful pygmy name.
No, but you're right. You're never going to know if the child's going to be beautiful.
It's a supermodel.
That's right. You don't
even
know.
If it says to me, I want plastic surgery, how do you know what it's saying?
Let me ask you something, Joan. You say you got dumped by a 75-year-old man. Is that an incredible blow to your ego? I mean,
yes.
That has to be.
At this age, how can you dump me?
What goes on? What do you do to these men?
Very little.
How did he dump you, and how did he tell you?
I think when I was faking orgasm, I did it in the bed ear.
Where did you meet this guy?
Hear it.
Where did you meet this guy?
I was introduced to a friend, and we had 2 amazing dinners.
Right.
Amazing.
What makes an amazing dinner? I mean,
just you click, and even at this age, it's all just
chemistry.
Right, and chemistry and talking.
And would you kiss at your advanced age and stuff?
Well, if the nurses could stand us up.
Do you have a full-time nurse now?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
You really do? You're not joking? You're not kidding?
She gave you up managers. Just get her a nurse.
Yeah, that's right.
Where does your nurse stay? Is your nurse always in the apartment?
She sleeps at the foot of my bed.
No, come on. I heard you have a full-time nurse.
No, I don't have a nurse.
I'm going to tell you. I'm not making that up.
Why would I have a nurse?
Yeah, I heard you have a nurse. Listen,
Who tells you these
I'm going to
things?
tell you in a minute.
A nurse.
You have a nurse.
Howard.
I'm telling you. Every 8 hours, this woman has to inject Joan with Botox. Joan has a live-in caretaker.
No, that's called a housekeeper.
Oh, is that what we're calling it? Oh.
Obviously, that's some serf that wrote that doesn't understand you have a housekeeper.
All right.
Named Debbie.
So your caretaker is a housekeeper.
Yes.
All right. So let me understand something. This guy, 75 years old, lucky enough to be going out with a superstar, Joan Rivers.
And I was very charming.
Right, I bet. And you were on good behavior. You didn't insult him.
Stories.
You weren't sarcastic.
No.
No. And
sorry about his dead wife.
So you go out 2 times with the guy. You go to dinner with him.
Yeah, really good times.
No sex, I would assume. At
Not
that point.
yet.
All right, not yet. Have you gotten your top off at least?
Well, yes, but only in the restaurant.
How do you hold out at this age? You ought to do it on the table.
Joan, I mean, how much time do you have? Put out. Did you not have sex? I mean, there was no kiss.
No.
There was no
so
kissing?
my friends all said, I was in town for 1 extra day. I was going to go to England. So my friends all said, call him and say your plane is delayed, which it was.
Right.
So I thought, and they say to me, like you said, you haven't got time to be cute.
Yeah.
You better hurry.
Get to it.
You're already coughing and sneezing.
Yeah, right. I mean, love is in the air. Seize the moment.
Seize the moment.
Right.
So I called him up, and he was so cold on the phone.
Jewish guy?
No.
No.
Well, you could never have gotten married anyway.
No, we couldn't have gotten married.
What? And did you say to him, why are you so cold?
No, I was so taken back that I got off the phone very quickly. And then you want to say, how dare you? All I was calling it was say, Mike Plainsley, do you want to have a cup of coffee?
And he was like, no.
No, why are you calling? I said, well, I'll see you when you come back to New York. Well, I don't know when I'm coming back to New York. I said, then you start to, I didn't say, when are you coming back to New York? I said,
wow.
I'll see you when you come back here. Well, I don't know when I'm coming. Oh, shut up.
He turned into a giant asshole.
Very
You think
sad.
another chick was with him? Do you think that's what was going on?
Somebody said another chick.
Yeah. Another hot chick?
An old hen.
Another old hen? You think some old bag was with him?
Some old bag was clucking around.
What do you
there.
think you did wrong? Do you ever self-analyze? Do you ever get critical of yourself and say,
I think I do everything wrong.
I mean, you look glamorous as ever.
Yeah, but then I open your mouth. I always go for the joke.
I know. You don't know how to
Can
be
you
demure.
ever just be...
Can't be a lady. What is your problem?
I don't know.
Why can't you just lay off the fucking material for a few minutes?
Because
and sit there like a lady.
I see life funny.
I know.
I went to see Peter Pan with Prince Charles last week.
Wow.
And when they said, and he's so elegant and darling, and he's there because they're giving money to his foundation, and he's in the royal box, and I'm there with him.
Right, it's a big deal. Okay.
So when they say, do you believe in fairies? So I leaned over and said, you want it alphabetically?
So.
And he can't laugh. You know, he goes,
and let me role play a date. Pretend I'm one of these old geezers.
Hello.
Yeah. Is that the voice you put on? Let me hear your voice. Let me hear your sexy voice.
Hello. Can I help you sprinkle your wife? I don't know. So tell me.
Are you lonely?
Are you only when I'm having an MRI? See, that's the trouble.
But I like that. I like a woman with a sense of humor. You were on Celebrity Apprentice, and I never heard of half of these celebrities on Celebrity Apprentice. I mean, you're a legitimate, bona fide celebrity.
Well,
I was even surprised you agreed to do it.
I wanted to see. You wanted the truth?
I mean, you're a big deal.
I wanted to. Two reasons. One, Melissa did it with me, so she got to live with me for 5 weeks, which was great.
All right, you love that.
Love that.
So to get Melissa to live with you have to be on TV.
Be on TV. That's right.
So we got to be in the kitchen late at night together. That was great. And the other thing, truly, I love challenges.
You do?
And they give you a challenge, and they say to you, when was the last time someone said to you, okay, Howard, go out, write the copy, take the pictures, get this done by tomorrow. We want a whole new slogan for
Sounds exhausting.
Chicken of the Sea.
Right.
And then you do it.
And you like that.
Loved it.
That stimulates your mind.
Yeah, loved doing it.
Do you think your daughter likes you? I mean, the fact is, I don't know. I really don't know about this. She moved out to California.
Well, she had to because the ex-husband's in California, and they split the children 50-50.
Okay, all right. That's a good reason.
No choice.
All right, so you get on there, you like a challenge on Celebrity Apprentice, you get on, and you mixed it up with this professional poker player. And you even...
Annie Douche.
Who is she to make fun of you? I mean, I never even heard of her. I never heard of her.
It became good versus evil. It was just, don't go there.
But wait a second.
It's not even funny.
You said, I believe a professional poker player is like a dirtbag.
I believe a professional poker player is... I understand what they do on the table, and that's great. But when you stand up from the table, you do not be duplicitous and sneaky. You know, everything that people do to play poker, to be a good poker player, is a bad thing in real life.
What did she do to you? I didn't see the show. I mean, she just rubbed you the wrong way?
No, it was always very two-faced, a lot of lies backstage, allegedly, a lot of... coming to the boardroom all sweet. Meanwhile, has just done bad things.
But you two were playing a game. She was using her game-playing skills.
To a point.
To a point?
Howard, then I'm not a good game player.
Right.
I still think if you say I'm not a poker player.
Right.
But that's it.
Right.
I just found it, you don't turn people against each other. You don't whisper to Howard.
But you found her gross. In other words...
I found her just, you couldn't trust her. And she did bad things behind her back, allegedly.
It is a strange way to make a living when you think about it.
Yeah, but I'm not putting her down. She's a very smart cookie.
Right.
But would I have her to the dinner table? I don't think so.
I see. All right, well, that's it. So you've been dumped by this guy, this 75-year-old guy.
Yes.
Who fixed you up with this guy? How'd you meet him?
A very dear friend who said, I think the two of you get along. We did for 2 meals. And it was so nice to have someone pick up the check.
I could tell this one upsets you.
Yeah.
This was
She thought something was going to happen.
Yeah.
And this was a guy with money, huh?
Well, I guess.
Yeah.
He picked up the check.
Oh, that was nice.
That was already a start.
If I went out with you, I'd expect you to pick up the check.
They all do.
I know, it's terrible.
Venus de Milo pushes it across with her chin.
What? Now, you're a good businesswoman. You're a woman that
We're just constantly selling,
you're selling
everything.
jewelry and schmatas. I mean, you're
yeah,
constantly
look where I'm
busy.
going, which we're going to talk about later.
I'll talk about that. But I don't understand what happened to you financially. How much money have you lost in this down economy?
I lost a lot in this down economy.
Were you mostly invested
in the stock market? I lost. We all lost. Who didn't lose?
Everybody did.
Everybody.
Yeah. Oh, forget about it.
So I lost a lot. And
how much are we talking about?
I was certainly half.
Half.
I'm not. There's no sad songs for me.
Yeah, I know. But do you think that the 75-year-old guy read in the paper that you were down on your luck and that's why he dumped you?
That, and I was going through his wallet when he was in the men's room.
I mean, half your money is gone.
Yeah.
It's very upsetting.
If you think about it.
You're damn right.
But you're not downsizing because of money.
No,
I feel she's selling the apartment because of it.
I'm selling the apartment because I truly would like to do half and half, and my accountant says you can't.
I see. All right. Well, then
I have an accountant that, those kind of, you can't, you're overspending.
Why not sell your home in Connecticut?
I can't sell Connecticut. It's the most beautiful house.
Why can't you sell it? You mean
nobody's buying second houses?
You're kidding me. Nobody. You have it on the market and you can't sell it.
Have it on the market for a year, not one person has seen it.
Wow.
Even come to look at it.
And it's beautiful.
It's fabulous.
Well, you know she always lives in a fabulous place.
It's fabulous in a Connecticut way.
Aren't there some rich people left in this country?
I'm talking to them.
Yeah, I ain't buying.
I can see the two of you in a little love nest in Connecticut.
Oh, please.
84 acres.
You ain't the only one who got
yourself.
killed in the stock market. So Comedy Central is going to roast you.
They're roasting
Are you going to be able to take that? I mean, it's going to be vicious. Oh, come on. She's very sensitive.
But she can give it back.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
But it's going to be
Who's roasting you?
Kathy Griffin. So that's gonna
Do
be
you like her?
I adore her.
I like Kathy.
Adore her. We're literally good friends. Yeah. We have dinners together. You know what I mean?
You do. You sit
we're
and have
girlfriends.
dinner. What's off limits at your roast? Everyone has off limits. What can't they joke about?
Yeah. I said off limits. Really nothing. What are they going to do? Plastic surgery jokes? We've heard them.
All right.
Husband suicide? We've heard it.
So they can make fun of Edgar's death?
Of course. Well, I do.
They can make fun of your plastic surgery. Can they make fun of Melissa?
Not where she can't answer them back.
Is she going to be there?
No.
She is not.
Oh, then we can't make fun of Melissa.
Then we can't, if she's not going to be there to answer her back, how the hell are we going to make fun of her?
Do you want to come on?
No.
Robin?
Do you want to come on?
Hell no. I'm not going to. Artie will do it.
Oh, Artie will do anything.
Artie loves to roast.
Artie's at my doorstep every night, and I've been saying I want Artie.
Yeah, Artie's asleep. Leave him alone.
I'll leave him alone.
Yeah, right. He went to
God
bed.
bless him, he's inside.
That's right. He's working things out over there. So, anyway, so you will be able to handle it. Now, first of all, you can see Joan performing stand-up this Thursday night at the Gramercy Theater in Manhattan. I did mention that earlier.
Yes.
Also, for tickets, go to spincyclenyc.com and see Joan host How'd You Get So Rich, premiering August 6th at 9 p.m. on TV
That's
Land.
right. You got a new show coming
Now, what is that going to be? You're going to interview rich people about how they got rich.
It's we've done it already. 6 are in the can, and what I wanted. I'm so tired of people. Oh, I can't get. I'm so sick of this whole group that says they can't do it. So we went out. We found people that got rich in crazy ways that could happen to you.
Right.
And they live so differently. Each person is so different.
How do people get rich? The people.
How
you
about the guy
interview?
that invented the slanket, which is you put your arms through the blanket?
Yeah. Is that selling
He
that
was
big?
high in his college dorm room.
Right.
And so they cut holes in his blanket. And then his mother sewed sleeves on, ha, ha, ha. And then they gave it to an uncle they didn't like for Christmas. And the uncle called up and said, I need 6 more for friends.
Wow. You're kidding. And it's called a slanket.
It's called a slanket.
Is he a billionaire?
He's about $70 million.
$70 million.
About. And how he lives and what he spent it on.
What do he spend it on?
Different things. Some of them buy islands, some of them buy Maseratis.
Maserati
Shows
cars.
you how I'm into cars.
Yeah. But it's interesting. I love to hear these
We
success
have
stories.
one great guy down in New Orleans that still lives in the house, owns like a job, owns New Orleans. You know what I'm saying?
But he still
From
lives in-
nothing. Lives in the same house
That he
and doesn't
grew up
have a
in?
maid that he
No.
grew up in. So everybody.
Why is that? Is that a sickness?
I think he's just darling. I loved him, Blaine. Loved him.
And he owns half of New Orleans, and he won't spend a dime on
It's
himself.
nothing won't spend a dime. He's comfortable in his home, and he goes to his neighborhood bar.
Then what's the point of having all that money? Give it away.
Well, what do you think I was nice to him for?
Right. Give it to you.
Oh, Blaine,
You could use it. So, all right, you got the show. How'd you get so rich? I feel you're on a roll, kind of, career-wise.
Yeah, I guess.
Comedy Central will roast you.
Yes.
And you don't get paid for that, though, do you?
You get something, I guess.
You get a little something.
They always say give it to charity. Yeah.
Right. And, a lot of people don't know this about Joan, and I've never told this before. Do you know that her father tried to have her committed to Bellevue?
Yeah.
Because she was going to become a stand-up comedian.
Wow.
Do you realize when Joan became a stand-up comedian, women did not become stand-up comics?
That's right.
It didn't happen. When you see girls today like Sarah Silverman,
right,
and you see them thriving, the girls on Saturday Night Live, Kathy Griffin, do you ever say, those bitches don't even know how hard I have it?
You know what I really say?
What do
I
you-
can still take you.
You feel you can still beat them? You still feel you're better?
No question. I'm working better than ever.
You're better than Sarah?
You know what?
You're better than Sarah?
I'm not saying I'm better than Sarah.
That's what you're saying. You said you could take them.
Yeah.
In other words, when it came to a comedy fight, you would win.
I think I would win.
A showdown.
And I adore Sarah. I don't mean this against Sarah. I think she's genius. But I'll stand backstage someplace, and the girls will come over and say, "Oh, you're the icon," and you open the door, and you want to go fuck yourself.
Right.
I can still do it blindfolded.
In other words, you
That's
can.
why I did Celebrity Apprentice. Don't talk to me in the past.
In other words, you're still as relevant as they are. Don't talk about I'm an icon. I'm doing it in the
Sweetheart,
trenches.
I'm in the gutter with you right now.
Are you still writing new material?
Constantly.
Constantly.
Well, what I do? I just wrote 2 days ago.
2 days ago you wrote that. Look, the road for you was never easy. When you were going to quit stand-up comedy, Lenny Bruce himself wrote you a note and told you to stay in stand-up comedy.
Yeah. Look how you know these things.
Of course
You're a
I
good
know it.
researcher. He said, "You're right, they're wrong." Sent me a note.
What was he like, that Lenny Bruce?
So sexy.
Did you have sex with him?
Sexy.
I would have. I'm going to say from now on I did.
So sexy. Sexier than me, even.
Hardly. Well, Howard.
Well, not now.
You're in the Hall of Fame. But
Lenny Bruce was a sexy man.
so sexy. And
Was it his mind, or are you just saying his physical
no,
being?
physically he was terrific.
A good-looking guy.
Great-looking guy. And smart and funny. I mean, he was the whole package.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he was so drugged.
He was so sick.
He would sit backstage, slumped over.
Really, because of the heroin.
Yeah, and then he would get up and
perform,
and you'd go, "Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yes, that's
He was right on.
right on."
When he died, were you...
I was devastated because I also used to go and see him at the end when he was so enmeshed in all the lawsuits and the legal stuff, and he wasn't even funny at that point. But you just went because it was Lenny
Because
Bruce.
something could have happened. Why didn't
it's like
you...
Sinatra at the end.
And you said he came on to you, didn't he?
Yeah,
Why didn't you do him?
I was stupid.
That was so good.
I had
Edgar, you're busy doing.
I had my fantasy was Lenny Bruce would say, "Marry me," and we'd have to wake up the rabbi.
It would have been some scene, wouldn't it?
That would have been enlargement.
You've seen it all, my dear.
I've seen it all.
I love
Especially
it.
with the right eye.
Yes.
Left eye's a little
Not so
cloud.
good.
Cataract. You have to mention Vegas. They begged me.
All right, let me mention.
Oh,
let
you're
me,
going to
All
Vegas?
right, I'm going to plug.
First time in 12 years.
Wow.
What do you mean? You don't get to Vegas?
No, nobody books me.
You're kidding me.
No.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
I go to England. I'm a superstar. It's very interesting.
All those altar cockers in Vegas who play the slot machines don't want to see you?
But the older cockers are shocked with what I'm talking about.
I see. So in other words...
I need the younger
You
cockers.
need the young crowd. You need the young cockers. Gay pride shows at the Gramercy Theater.
We did that.
That happened Thursday, June 25th.
Yeah.
You got How'd You Get So Rich? That premieres Thursday, August 6th at 9 p.m. on TV Land.
Yeah.
Comedy Central Roast, Sunday, August 9th at 10 p.m. on Comedy Central. Then you have the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas.
That's what we're
exciting.
talking about.
That's a big
Now
deal.
we're talking.
So how'd you convince him to book you if no one was booking you?
Short money.
The last week in August and Labor Day weekend, August 27th through the 29th and September 3rd through the 5th. How many people you travel with when you go to Vegas?
I travel with probably my assistant
Right.
and then a hairdresser.
That's it?
Yeah.
Who does the makeup?
I do.
You do it yourself?
Yeah.
How do you know how to do that?
Because I have a wonderful woman named Adele. She puts it on in New York. And I just don't wash my face for
You
2 to
don't-
3
She
weeks.
touches it up every
I
day.
touch it up.
You don't shower.
I shower, but the face stays out.
I know women like that on Long Island. They don't go to they go to the beauty parlor like on Monday. They get the blowout so the kinky hair will be straight. And then for the rest of the week, they take baths. They won't even take a shower. They can't wash their hair for at least 4 or 5 days, so the blowout will last.
And you swim. You can go overboard in the Titanic.
You're not getting that head wet.
What day is your hair on right now? When's the last time you had it? This hair.
Today is what? Today is Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday.
Oh, it's not that bad. Last Friday.
That's great. Yes, Ralph, quickly for Joan Rivers. She doesn't have time for you, but go ahead. I'll make some time. Yes.
Hey, Joan was so great on This Apprentice.
Thank you.
And the energy you had, it's like 12 o'clock at night, and she's still running around like crazy. It was fantastic, and the meltdowns were fantastic.
How does a woman your age still have that kind of energy?
It was amazing, Howard.
Running
That's
around.
why she slept through your wedding.
Ah, yes.
I didn't sleep through
I
his
know.
wedding.
Yeah, I have to go.
I didn't. I had the best time at his wedding.
You
I
slept
wasn't
through
the
it.
one who left.
Barbara Walters left.
I didn't notice.
She did the drive-by.
I had a great time.
She took a few pictures, and then she's Splitsville.
I loved your wedding, and I hope things are going well.
Do you? Things are going well. My marriage is very, very happy. So thank God. They said it wouldn't last.
Joan,
Yes,
can I ask a question, though? Do you think that you give too much to Melissa? On that show, she appeared to be very, very coddled, and if you didn't do what she said...
Oh, no. Did you also notice
Do you feel Joan is trying too hard to get along with Melissa?
Yeah, and Melissa is trying to get along with her. You can see, it appears that Melissa has had plastic surgery, and she's a young girl. She doesn't need it.
She hasn't had plastic surgery, has she?
Trying to make Mommy happy.
Go ahead. Oh, do you think? No. Oh, do you think the relationship is too pressured?
I think she's very careful of me. I think she really worries about me and really protects me. It's a very... Remember, we're it. The family consists of the two of us.
That's it. That's all.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, you have a grandson.
Yes, but you know, exactly.
Yeah, but he doesn't even know he's Jewish.
We watch each other's backs.
That's right.
And probably maybe I'm too careful of her and she's probably too careful of me.
Well, you forced Melissa to have a nose job when she was 18, and she's still angry about it.
She's furious about it.
Why is she angry? You've only made her better. What's wrong with her?
I know if I had been a stranger and done it, she would have said, "This wonderful woman." You know, we all.
You know what it must have been? She probably feels in some way that she wasn't good enough for you.
You were rejecting her.
That you were rejecting her. Oh. And is that what she says? Mom, wasn't I good enough with my old nose?
No.
She wasn't. You were honest about it.
I wasn't. Your father had a schnoz that went from here to the corner. He lived in South Africa. The nose was in England going to school.
Right.
At this point, though, doesn't Melissa have to have plastic surgery so she looks like a member of the family?
What would you do?
I guess she looks the way I look if I hadn't.
Now, what would you do if you had a Sophie's choice? You're in a boat.
Yeah.
You only have to save one, Melissa or your grandson Cooper. Who would you do? What would you do? You have to save one of them.
I will say this if you answer me with your 2 daughters.
Go ahead. I have 3 daughters.
3? Oh, that's even...
Right.
Well, get rid of one altogether. And then you have 2 left in the boat.
Who do you get rid of altogether?
God, I don't know.
It's a tough one.
She would make me take Cooper.
She would make. But what would you do?
She would make me.
But who would you take?
Melissa.
You would take Melissa.
Isn't that terrible?
Terrible.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, she hasn't been with the grandchild that long.
You don't know Cooper that well. Let's be honest.
He's never given me anything.
No. And you got that money invested in your daughter's nose.
I would take Melissa because she'd be holding Cooper.
Right. There you go. All right. Very nice answer. Listen. Joan Rivers, you are delightful.
I love you so much.
I love you too, and you're a horrible person to answer that question that I just gave you. But God, I love you.
Now, Melissa would hold on to Cooper. There it is.
I love you for that. I love you for that. Listen to me. You're terrific. You're hanging in there. You're doing your thing. You are right when you say you're as good as any of these young comics. I happen to agree.
I saw her live. She's great.
I love you so much.
No, we're not just saying it.
Well. You know, how many guests have you... Well, let's not go there.
I'm not surprised your grandson Cooper hates the Jews. Listen, you're not easy to be with.
It's tough.
75-year-old guys are dumping you. I mean, come on. Listen, see Joan Rivers. She's going to go up there. She's going to perform for you this Thursday night at the Gramercy Theater in Manhattan.
Yeah.
The chance to be near Joan is like no chance you've ever had. And for tickets, go to spincyclenyc.com and see Joan host How'd You Get So Rich? Premiering August 6th at 9 p.m. on TV Land. And then I'm going to watch for that roast on Comedy Central.
Yeah. What, are we not selling anything on QVC this week?
I just came from yesterday.
Oh, okay.
She already cleaned them out. And
I had to think.
That's right. And then she's on her way to Iran. She's going to be the new Ayatollah.
Oh, okay.
They're looking for her. Listen, Joan, you did it all. You said it all. And you had a good appearance here. That's all that matters.
I love coming.
We had a good time, that's all. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back to great Joan Rivers.
Best to the little wife.
Thank you.
Joan, how'd it go?
Great.
It always goes great.
I just love being with him.
Now, what is it with Howard? You guys just click? You always have a good time?
Always, for the last 25 years. I have never come out of here unhappy.
Not once?
Not once. I just think he's just so fabulous.
Great.
Adore him.
All right, thanks for stopping by today, Joan.
Thank you.
I'll take a piss test right now. I'm not on any opiates, but I don't know. I lean back, and I love Joan Rivers, but I never speak during, and Howard prefers that, I think, because Howard has to do a great interview. I'm just upset that I snored a little bit. You couldn't hear me snoring that much, could you? Okay, good. That's all right. That's all right.
Well, what was funny was Howard mentioned that you were sleeping. You didn't flinch.
Right.
Usually, like, if you'll hear it and you'll jump up.
I was. This is why it wasn't a heroin nod off. I was asleep. I was dreaming. I was like it was like I was home. And I mean, look, I gotta get off this book tour, but everything's fine. Honestly, I'm fine. But because I remember Greg Gass fell asleep on the show once. Do you remember that? Before I was full.
Yeah, and he was a guest.
And I said to myself, that's got to be the worst feeling ever. Like, how embarrassing. Greg Gass fell asleep on the air, and Howard made fun of it. Howard got mad at it, actually.
I was thinking about waking you up right now.
No. But I'm up now.
No.
And I said, how embarrassing. And I've done it 80 times. But I'm okay. It was funny, I think. Nothing's funnier than that pink thing in her hair. I mean, that is just. I mean, what is she trying to pick up? Dennis? Trying to pick up Dennis Rodman? Yes.
My chest. I've got a lot to say, and I'll get right to it. The first big story of the morning that I must comment on is, okay, they want me to take a couple of phone calls. My producers are, yes, I've turned the show over to my...
They're directing.
Yes, let me see. Wolfie.
Some important people on the phone.
Yeah, Wolfie, go ahead.
Like Wolfie.
Wolfie, what's up?
How's it going, man?
All right.
I was just kind of curious. If I know that you're not a big fan of having certain people as house guests. And let's say that you were forced into having one of these three people for a weekend, and you had to entertain them, have meals with them, and they were just stuck with you for an entire weekend. Who would you choose? Sal Governale, Dan the Song Parody Man, or Scott the Engineer?
Ooh.
Scott the Engineer.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the rationale?
All right. Well, Dan the Song Parody Man, like, he scares me.
Right.
Between Artie's story
and his
knives and his tattoos and his whole thing, like, I don't know. I don't know Dan all that well. I love Dan. I love what he does on the show. In fact, I don't even know if you heard the latest Robin song. I mean, it's brilliant. Dan is a brilliant guy, but I don't know about him being at the house. And then the other one, Sal Governale. Oh. I like Sal a lot, but boy, oh boy, with the stuff that comes out of his mouth, particularly on the wrap-up show.
What did he say now?
Well, I mean, every day it's just whacked out stuff. And, and I got a little insight into him hearing the stories about his father. And, I mean, Sal's really wacky.
Well, even the way he observes you.
Yeah, it would be creepy. Now,
yesterday when he came in, we had the shirts off thing. He was like, Howard, you need to shave.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what guy looks at another guy?
Did he say that?
Yeah.
See, I blocked it out.
Oh, I'm telling you, it creeped me out right away.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you took your shirt off, he started evaluating how your grooming was going.
Well, I knew Sal wasn't in the running for this because, I mean, think about it. We forget about this. He fucked himself out of going to your wedding. I mean, he's an employee here, and he said such obnoxious things.
Yeah, I mean, that was the real deal. Like, if I was going to have Sal over, I know that in the back of his mind, he's saying, Howard wants me to be funny. I'm going to do some weird shit.
What weird messages would he be getting from you that you weren't sending?
Yeah, Sal seems to get secret messages from me that I have nothing to do with.
And that's bad.
Yeah. I mean, true, I do send him secret messages. But
not the ones he's getting.
Not the ones he's getting.
You know he was getting any?
But, you know...
Do you still feel that Sal's watching you all the time?
Yeah. It's calmed down a bit, but...
I don't think it has. I think he's just shut up about it.
He's not talking about stuff that he does.
But Scott, the engineer, I've known for many, many years. He's a very down-to-earth guy. In fact, off the air, he shows tremendous judgment. He sends me a lot of articles and things that I use on the air. I use 90% of the things he sends me.
Is that right?
That's true.
Well, there's a revelation.
Yeah. He sends me a lot of stuff that he picks up on the web. I guess he sits there, when he's not staring at the wall, he's staring at the web. And he
Thank
finds...
God for the web. He
seems...
used to just stare at the wall.
Yeah. Now he found something to do that's actually useful for the show. So he sends me stuff. And it's very on target, things that we've discussed here on the air. And also, believe it or not, that bald bastard can sit down with you and, have a really decent conversation. There are times one-on-one where I've had some actually interesting conversations.
I wish you would call me in when these things are happening.
Let me tell you something, my dear. I don't sit there long. I'm saying I've put in a good 5-10 seconds on these conversations.
Maybe it's a guy thing, because I like talking to Scott, too.
Yeah, sometimes Scott can be quite comforting. So if I was going to break down...
I'm a raconteur.
Yeah, sometimes I feel good that Scott's on the team. He's also a talented engineer.
I feel good about that.
So it would be Scott the engineer. But don't get carried away. You're up against Dan the song parody man and Sal Gobernales.
Shit, I was already making plans for this weekend.
By the way, you've taken off quite a bit of weight, huh?
Yeah, just about 40 pounds.
Yeah, you look good.
Yeah, thanks.
You're starting to care about yourself, huh?
I do. Well, you know what? After the weight loss contest, I lost a lot of weight. Then I gained it back because of surgery and some medication.
Oh, yeah, you did have surgery.
Like in this past winter, I said, you know what? I feel like crap. I couldn't get around. I was like, huffing and puffing. I'm like, got to do something.
Something I got to ask you, and I know it's probably a disastrous answer, but whatever happened to that dog you were going to get rid of? I don't hear anything about him.
I love the dog.
Yeah,
dog
you do.
Is fine. We didn't do any surgery yet.
Beth and I were speculating you killed it. we haven't heard.
That's why you don't hear him mentioning.
Well, remember in Psycho, you remember in Psycho, you never hear about the mother anymore for a while. It's like they had the dog, they want to get rid of it, but you still have the dog.
We sell it for dog meat.
Is the dog actually functioning? And
the dog is fine.
Yes.
We just had her to the vet, and he said, no symptoms, don't do anything.
Right.
For now. When the symptoms become obvious, she's 2 years old.
Right.
So when they become obvious, we're going to do whatever we have to do.
Are you glad you kept the dog?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah, of course.
You're not thrilled, but...
I mean, she's a handful for a golden. She's still a handful.
Right.
She's very, playful, as they like to say.
Well, listen, that's you. You got to train the dog.
We've trained it. We had a trainer come in.
With your dynamic personality, I can't see how you can't train a dog.
I forget, like that night I spent at Scott's house, which still is like one of the greatest experiences of my life.
Yeah.
He had a dog that didn't like him.
Right. Well, no one likes him.
I still have that, though, the little dog.
But anyway, getting back to it, like Sal, I really like Sal, but it would be weird to hang out with him. I mean, he was upset that I didn't invite him to my daughter's bat mitzvah.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, he was so not. That was such an inappropriate thought, even.
Right.
And he verbalized that to you?
Yeah, he's verbalized it.
Yeah, he said it on the air once.
He said it on the air, but more to other people around here. Like, that's when I know he's for real.
You forget that he used to fantasize about what he and Howard would do sitting at home with him and Howard and Beth on the couch watching The Bachelor.
And was really irate that we don't invite him to watch Survivor and
but
things like that.
But it wasn't even Sal and his wife and you and Beth.
Right.
It was Sal and you and Beth.
Listen, Sal's very disturbed. I'm not telling you something here that people don't know. I think Sal knows it, too. Sal's a very disturbed guy. He's a talented guy. I love him on my staff. And, under the right circumstances, I'll go out with him and Richard and hang out because they're like a married couple. But I'll tell you the truth. He's got a lot of demons and a lot of issues. And quite frankly, I don't think I don't think it would be healthy to hang around with him all
I
that
don't
much.
think so either. I think it would only go bad.
So between those three, Wolfie, Scott's the most healthy.
Well, thank you.
Okay, yeah. The only reason I thought you might be hesitant about Scott, perhaps he might be counting your money or just get
Well, of course, the jealousy. Listen, I'm not having Scott to my house. You asked me out of those three. I mean, I could tell you a million reasons not to have Scott to your house. But out of those three, Scott would be the man.
The lesser of three evils, so to speak.
Poor Scott's so happy. This is the first positive thing that's been said.
He won.
I said,
this is the first thing he's ever won.
That's right.
Out of three maniacs, he won, and he's happy. All right, you look better, and that shows a sign of health.
Thank you.
You know, you
Thank
care about your appearance. It's good.
I'm trying.
All right, good for you.
Thanks.
All right. Now go shake
I'm a
your
regular
head.
Johnny Dope.
Yeah.
Johnny Dope.
Anyway, so I was saying I probably should take a break first, but let me just get this thought out. Listen to this headline: Bar mitzvah tutor guilty in molestation. Now I got to tell you something. I'm a bar mitzvah boy, and you take these bar mitzvah lessons. I was tutored in bar mitzvah.
Are you alone with a guy?
Yeah, sometimes. Yes, you are.
Oh.
I had only wished my tutor would have blown me. I'd rather be
Get
blown.
outta here,
I'd rather be
Howard.
blown by an old rabbi than sit there and learn this fucking. This Hebrew.
It would have been so traumatizing to you to look down and see that.
Robin, my
Going
rabbi
on.
was as heinous as could be. The guy who taught me my Haftorah smelled.
Yeah.
He was. He had big, thick. There were two different ones. I would rather they pulled my pants down and sucked me off than sit there and learn this Hebrew, which I have never used. No one ever taught me how to translate it. It was the biggest waste of my time. Reciting this, what they call a Haftorah in Hebrew, it was like learning Klingon. Learning Klingon would have been more useful because Klingon, at least I could get on the radio and impress you with. I could, say, hey, I'm going to speak Klingon now. You would sit there and go, hey, that's pretty cool. It was a ridiculous thing. I spent years of my life studying this Torah, but not in English, in Hebrew that I don't speak. And to have the dried out, bearded lips of a rabbi wrapped around my cock would have been preferable. And I'm not kidding. I'm a hetero. Listen, I'll kick your ass right now. You call me homosexual.
I think that you are underestimating the trauma of having
blow
a
me right
guy.
now, if you dare.
Unless you've done this and you know you won't be affected by it.
Let me tell you something. I'd rather blow you than try to teach you Hebrew.
Exactly. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So anyway, this bar mitzvah tutor took the stand to deny molesting teens, but he didn't convince a Brooklyn judge who convicted him of sexually abusing two victims. Yona Weinberg, 31, was acquitted of 8 other counts, including a felony, but still faces a 31 count. I wish he would have blown me 31 times, as long as I didn't have to learn that thing.
31, that horny bastard.
I mean, my God in heaven. At least I would have been up to something interesting. There was nothing going on in that room except this. What does that mean?
But did they have to do that while he was molesting them, or
of
did
course.
they get to be quiet?
Well, of course he has to do it while they're molesting because you have to learn it. How people will get wise that he's not really teaching.
What
does that mean? What use is that to me? I had to learn that song and those words for 2 years with no vowels in these weird letters.
Wow.
And it makes no sense. But a blowjob from the rabbi, okay. At least makes me interesting.
You know why is something going on? People
Can't
are coming.
wait to get to Hebrew school.
If I was his student, I would have begged him to blow me. Do anything to get this boredom over with. He picked the wrong
Might not
student.
have taken 2 years to learn it.
That's right. Weinberg, a social worker, was found guilty of molesting one boy in his home and a synagogue ritual bath.
Oh.
I would have loved a bath. And the other in a van and the yeshiva stairwell.
Well, you didn't tell me it was romantic.
That's right. Believe me, you wish a guy would give you a bath. How come these guys are so gentle with young boys? When's the last time a guy bathed you?
Oh, it's been a while.
And it sounds like your teacher never took a bath.
Oh, yeah. You have
he
no
could have
idea.
used the ritual bath himself.
I swear to God. Where's the part of the tape where I talked to my grandfather? Do we have that on here?
I heard that the other day they played it, so it's
No.
around here somewhere.
I wonder if it's at the end of this. I don't know. Oh, it goes on and on. And by the way, I sent this down to my grandfather in Florida. He didn't listen to this.
Right.
He couldn't stand it. It goes on. I can't even.
Yeah, this is no Hotel California.
Yeah.
I mean, that really is impressive to learn that. I mean,
but if they, Robin's right. If they taught me Hotel California, it would have been better. On the guitar.
You know, and in Roman Catholic, we have a confirmation, and God, we just have to learn a different name. My name was Anthony.
Yeah, and then you sit there.
And the act of contrition or something.
My grandfather should have gotten a hold of me and said, hey, listen, asshole, why don't you learn how to sing Beatles' Blackbird? Then you might make some money.
Like, it really affects you, that song. Like, given those lyrics, just hearing you sing.
You know, it's
These lyrics don't affect you?
If there's a positive to learning this so-called Haftorah, you can't believe how much you get laid once you learn this. You have no idea how
Women just drop to their knees.
chicks love it. I had a girlfriend when I was 13 who was so fucking hot.
Yeah, you talk about her a lot.
She was insanely hot.
Really?
She was the hottest girl ever.
You have any pictures of her?
Yeah, I do.
I wanna
She
see
came.
it.
She was 13 at the time. She had tits bigger than your mother's.
That's big.
Bigger than my mother's.
That's big.
Goddamn
Let's not
right
have
it's
you
big.
guys drooling over a 13-year-old.
Well, I was 13 at the time.
And my mother's tits. That's a great image.
I'd love to see your mother's
A
tits.
13-year-old with my mother's tits.
But I got to tell you something. My
I
girlfriend.
think you have Artie's mother's tits.
My girlfriend walked in. My girlfriend walked into that temple.
Right.
She took a look at me on that bimah. It's called a bimah.
What's a bimah?
It's a stage. But oh no, the Jews have to have a special
gotta call
word.
it a bimah.
Oh yeah, everybody's special in the
It's
Jewish
called a
religion.
not get laid.
Are you up there on the
Yeah.
bimah?
Oh, look at my boy at the bimah. And she took a look at me and never saw her again. So you tell me what good this thing did me. Mitzrayim. Gadiv Goga. And they filled my head up with such horseshit. They sat and told me that even my mother said, your grandfather, my other grandfather who was there.
Right.
This tape was made for the grandfather in Florida who couldn't even fly in for this fucking party because he knew it was horseshit. He was the only one with any brain.
Yeah, he was a smart one.
I don't think he can even sing.
He was like, Howitle. I would come. Yeah, that was me, little Howard. Howitle, I would come to your bar mitzvah, but it's very cold and I'm old. I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll make this tape. I made this fucking tape. And my other grandfather would say, my mother would go, your grandfather Stern is going to sit in the front with his book, and he is going to follow every word you say.
Was that supposed to make you feel better?
Yeah, it's pressure now.
He will know if you said the words properly. So I figured, wow, and every word you could see, I got every word right.
You're enunciating.
But son of a bitch. Yasmin. I mean, Yasmin.
That's impressive.
Who knows what?
Your mom's on the phone.
Uh-oh.
What she got to say?
Well, I don't know.
Hello, Mommy. Mother?
Yes, darling.
How are you, my love?
I'm very good.
What can I do for you?
You know, Howard, you're a big complainer. You really and truly are.
Why would you put me through the hell and torture
Now listen.
of a bunch of smelly old men teaching me this
What the heck
crap?
were you doing that was more important?
What is
get your brain going.
My brain was going. I was filled with you.
It got up and went.
Your brain was not going. You were busy with the joke books.
Yeah, that was my brain.
Here you were learning something that is very valuable.
Can I be honest? Can we have a serious discussion about this? Mom.
In the long run, you gotta say that the joke books were much more important.
But Mom, looking back on this,
yes,
here is something that you had an influence in. In other words, you encouraged me to do this. And I'm a kid and I do what you say.
Right.
Why? What? Looking back on it now.
Every other Jewish boy
Yeah.
did the same thing.
And what did you always tell me?
They had a bar mitzvah.
But what did you tell me
They
growing
learned
up?
their Haftorahs.
What
They
did you tell
learned-
me growing up? I don't care what the other kids do.
You don't care?
No, you said to me, you don't care what the other children do. In other words, why do you have to follow the crowd?
No.
You
but
see how
wanted-
ridiculous this
You
is.
wanted to be bar mitzvah. I know.
Because you wanted me to.
No, I know kids that weren't bar mitzvah, and you know what?
What happened? They were drug addicts. They turned out like Artie.
I wasn't bar mitzvah.
Artie was not bar
Right,
mitzvah.
that's true.
I can't hear everybody at once.
All right, Mom, what I'm saying to you is, now in retrospect, because you're pretty evolved now, you see what a huge waste of time it was for 2 years.
No, it was not a waste of time.
What did I get out of it? I got nothing. I hate the whole thing. I hate the whole religion.
Out of the joke books.
Out of the joke books, enjoyment.
That's it. So
I got no enjoyment out of this.
Also developed his comedy mind.
But what did you get? But what did you get?
Comedy mind.
Yes.
His comedy mind. He was growing a comedy mind.
What do you know about it, Robin?
Whoa.
You don't know anything about
But
it.
Mom,
I sit here and listen to him every day.
I don't even want this to turn into a joke. I'm saying to you, what did you get out of this?
What did I get out of
Yeah.
it? Nothing.
Right. So what did I get out of it?
You learned
Tell me.
to read Hebrew.
What good is it? I don't even understand what it means. It's like learning Klingon.
Well, then you should have furthered your education. But
Why?
You chose not to.
The hell do I care about speaking? There's nobody here. You can Spanish. I understand that I could use. Hebrew.
Hebrew is a viable language. It's being used
But
today.
you sent me to a temple that didn't even translate. They just read the dumb words.
All right, so
the
you
words are
learned to
meaningless.
read. So you learn to read. You learn.
The whole thing was
something to
ridiculous.
Use your brain and cut
Brain.
down, Howard.
Use your brain.
There are
Use your
kids-
use your
there
brain.
are-
That's like using your brain to do nothing.
Listen, watch your words. Your words are important.
I'm
and
watching my
I don't think you
words.
should be making fun of this. I
The-
really and truly
Making
don't.
fun.
That's right.
I'm trying to save some other poor bastard from this.
Something, and it was a very, very beautiful thing, and you learned something, and I don't think you should be poking fun at
It is bizarre.
Bizarre.
And shame on you. You should have known better.
on me.
Shame.
Oh.
I denounce my bar mitzvah.
Your children learn the same thing.
Not true. Not true.
True. And you.
Not because of me. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. I told my daughters last night this is all nonsense.
Oh, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Now, my
for
kids are
saying
super
that.
Jewy, too. They love the Jewish religion.
Ashamed of yourself for saying
But,
that because that's not so. And I think that.
I wish my name was Savage. Mom, I don't believe what you're saying either. Because you know what? My mother has confessed to me. Now, I'm going to tell you something. My mother's not being totally honest here.
Why?
My mother confessed to me that she gets more spirituality and religious feeling from transcendental meditation and the teachings of the Maharishi Mahesh
I
Yogi.
didn't. I
Instead of, she said that temple is boring. She told me.
And she can't speak Hindu.
Your Haftarah.
What?
That has nothing to do with your.
It was 2 years of wasted time. You should have taught me chess. I should have had a tutor for chess.
Listen.
I should have had
More joke books.
more joke books, and you threw out my joke books, and that wasn't right.
Howard, you weren't too much into the learning situation.
I didn't like
let's face
learning.
it.
That's right.
And
But
now
chess
you're
I
a
like.
big shot, and I think
Big
you
shot.
should
Oh, I'm a
look
big shot,
back
am I?
on
Mhm.
Having a bar mitzvah as a wonderful incident.
It was
in your
horrible.
life.
My girlfriend left me. It was
Your
horrible.
girlfriend left you. What
Yeah.
girlfriend?
Irene. You remember Irene with the big tits?
Irene, yes, that was some girlfriend.
That Irene had some titties.
What was wrong with Irene?
My mother was jealous.
There
She had
was
bigger tits than my
nothing
mother.
wrong with it, but there was a little boy who was 13 years old with a girlfriend. Did you ever hear anything?
Oh, you didn't like that?
Ridiculous.
I needed some comfort.
A comfort.
Do you know her
Not
breasts?
this,
Her breasts were as big as yours, and she was 13.
Howard.
She was all mine till that bar mitzvah, and that girl she head fuzzy hills.
What did you know about girlfriends at 13?
Nothing. No help from you. I was putting it in the wrong end. I didn't even know anything.
You should be saying wonderful things about your bar mitzvah.
I hated it.
Oh,
I
you
hated
loved
learning it. I didn't like the
Remember
school.
how you enjoyed your bar mitzvah.
It was a
You
waste.
liked your bar mitzvah. You
Oh,
liked the party.
I liked.
He liked the party, yes.
And I'll bet,
It was
I made that tape of my bar mitzvah for your father.
Yes.
And I bet you he never even listened to the tape.
That's not true.
Who could sit through that boring? Your father was an enlightened man. He was smart.
My father was very, very proud of you when you sent that down.
Goddamn right. He said, boy,
Cut it out,
thank God he didn't make me go. He sent me a tape. That kid's aces.
That is a nice thing.
Yeah,
Listen,
you're a big complaint.
I loved your father more than you would ever even know.
That's right.
But
And you loved your bar mitzvah.
notice he didn't come to my bar mitzvah because he had brains.
Stop it.
You got to listen to that little dope sing that song. And that song, by the way, goes on and on and on. I must have bored everyone in that temple.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful
When do you get to the chorus?
Mom, thank God I grew up and I'm out of that house. You put
What
me through
house?
that. Your house. I'm out of there. I mean, sitting and learning Hebrew for 2 wasted years of my life. It was like, I'd rather go to jail and learn from Muslims.
To leave the house.
I would rather be in jail.
I needed a Derek to get you out of here.
Well,
So stop your complaining and
I want to be emancipated.
say it like it is.
You're trying to get emancipated?
Yeah, Mom, I'm going to a judge. I'm getting emancipated from you. I'm a man, goddammit.
That's a good idea.
And I'll tell you.
All right. Listen, Howard. Say nice things. Don't say negative.
I'm going to say something nice about you. How's that?
All right. Let's hear.
I love you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You're my mommy.
Beautiful. I needed that today.
Look how my mommy has all her marbles. She's 80. How old are you now? You 80 yet?
Yes, I'm 80.
You're 80. And look how she's got the marbles.
I can't believe it.
Wow.
She got the marbles. You know why? Because she locks herself up in the house. And I'm not making a joke.
Look, don't be ridiculous. It's
I'm
not
telling you.
locking herself up
My
in the
mother
house.
doesn't move herself. She stays still. She puts herself in no danger.
Stop
That's
it.
right.
My mother stays locked up. There's no
Locked up
adventure
in the
there. But she's in good health, and thank God. I don't know what I'd do without her.
Yeah.
You're my mommy. I mean, how can I stop
And
thanking
I don't
you?
want to hear that negative talk,
I can't
Howard.
thank you enough for putting me through years of religious training. It
I
was
thought
not.
it was years and years. Now you're saying it was only 2 years?
No, 2 years for the Haftorah.
Gracefully.
Excuse me. 2 years for the Haftorah. You start learning this bullshit when you're like 6.
Oh, dear.
She put me into school.
Awful thing to say.
With those teachers and those children in the disgusting rooms. And
That's an awful thing you're saying.
It was
and
horrible.
I think you should be aware of
it was a
that.
huge waste of time. A huge waste of time.
Anything that
Huge.
you learn, any knowledge that you get is very, very valuable.
Then
and
don't-
you have this knowledge to complain
And what would I
about
do
it.
with this knowledge?
And
Trigonometry makes more sense.
What?
It makes no sense. You gave me knowledge that's meaningless. There's no
Well,
knowledge even.
in
There's
the
nothing.
meantime-
There's no comprehension.
In the meantime, you did it, and you can say that you did it, and now you can be a big shot and say it was.
It was worthless.
Yeah.
I'll
But
say it
was.
again.
It was not worth
It was horrible, and it was a waste of time. And I can't even believe what you're saying.
Well,
And
I
stop
can't
it.
believe what
And if
you're
you have
saying.
more children, don't put them through this.
Oh, my God.
You're not pregnant, are you?
Wouldn't you love to have a little brother?
You know what I wish? You know what I wish, Mom? I
Yes.
wish Fred would build me a time machine, and we could go back. Because Fred's the only one capable of building a time machine.
This crew, anyway.
And we could go back.
I've got my Swiss Army knife ready.
You want to know what this song is good for? I'm going to play a little bit of it, Mom, and I'm going to tell you.
Howard, I
No,
don't want you to do that.
no, listen,
I
listen,
don't want you to do that.
listen to this. You know what that song's good for? Attracting Arab terrorists. There they are. They hear that song, they want to blow my ass up.
They make you an easy target.
You're not kidding. It's terrorist bait.
Well, I want to tell you that you shouldn't be doing that.
Well, I love you, and that's
and
what.
at least you know that it's wrong.
I don't know that that's wrong.
Oh, it is wrong.
I don't want other children
it's
having to
very
do this.
wrong. Those are very sacred words.
The words might be sacred, but how would I know? I don't know the translation.
Well, then go and learn.
Do you know the Let me ask you something, because you're a genius too.
Translation, but if I wanted to, I would go and learn.
Why don't you go learn? You made me
You're
go
the
learn.
one who's complaining, not me.
You made me go learn. Why don't you learn? Why don't you put yourself through this? I would respect that.
Howard.
Put your money where you put that in your pipe and smoke.
To do that, but
Oh,
you
man.
did, and it was a very beautiful part of your life.
You see, when
cut it out.
when I was a little boy, Robin, I didn't have the balls to stand up
You
to my
were a
mother.
little boy with a girlfriend, right?
Yeah, I had a girlfriend, and let me tell you
One minute
something.
you're the little boy, the next minute you got the girlfriend.
And let me tell you something with that girlfriend. You left the house, and I tried to get it on with her, and I read that marriage manual that you and Dad had.
Oh, and that was good information, right?
It was called On Your Wedding Night. Remember that?
I remember that.
Dad had to study to what to do to you on his wedding night. Good Lord, I read that book. I said, my poor mother. I can't even believe it. On Your Wedding Night, it would get one chapter on kissing, one chapter on feeling the boobs,
A chapter on
a chapter on putting the finger in, and
important.
another chapter
Oh,
on...
Howard, cut it out.
It's true. Dad had to read a manual to figure out what to do with you.
All right.
All
Just
right.
Keep in mind what I said. I love you very much.
I love you, Mother. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
And enjoy the rest of your year. All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
I love her. How can you not love that voice?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I can't believe she put down the
Oh, Robin.
the joke books.
Oh, Robin. The joke books. Oh my God, that thing! And then at the end, I had to give a special message to Grandpa. Lucky Grandpa, who didn't have to be at my bar mitzvah.
Dear Grandma and Grandpa, I hoped you liked my Haftorah. We miss you both at the bar.
I sound like a prisoner of war.
Did somebody write this out for you?
I don't know. I was very professional.
You sound like Papillon.
Mitzvah, and a lot of people were asking for you. I want to thank you for the lovely gift and cufflinks. They were very pretty. I'll always wear them wherever I go.
Yeah, like there's a lot of need for
cufflinks?
You know how many 13-year-olds wear cufflinks? I wear that with my underwear and my T-shirt.
Now I need some cuffs.
Yeah. Should have been, dear Grandpa, you should see my girlfriend's tits. They're bigger than my mom's.
You missed my girlfriend's
Yeah. I wish I could fuck her, but my dick's too small.
My mother will be up to see you soon, and she'll tell you all about the bar mitzvah. I hope to see you soon, and we all miss you a lot.
Good Lord Almighty.
How sweet.
Very sweet. You know, I'll tell you, I lost that girlfriend over those Jewish words.
You really believe she left because of your singing?
Do you think my mother really doesn't understand that that was a waste of time?
I'm sure she believes in the tradition, and she thinks that's very important.
Then why doesn't she learn those words?
She didn't have the opportunity. You heard that. You know, you want to get into it? How she was moved from house to house?
Listen, I had no chance to go to a temple. My mother died when I was 9. My father wouldn't even send us to a temple. Look at the opportunities you have. And by the way, when you contact your grandmother to read this note to her, remember, her entire family was wiped out by the Germans. After
I
they
had
ended
one pair of underwear.
one pair of underwear.
How
It's
could
the big
she go
shot.
to the temple?
Yeah, my mother goes, "Yo, now you're a big shot."
It's the big shot. That's
Yeah.
great.
Thank God I'm a big shot.
Exactly.
Give me something, God
You
damn
raised
it.
the big
Give
shot.
Give me something.
Look
Even that she wants to take away from me. You're a big shot.
Mr. Big Shot.
Mr. Big Shot.
at you.
Passive aggressive. See what I mean, man? It all happens. It's all angry. It's all angry
I'm in
stuff.
therapy now too, brother. I'm
Good.
learning.
Get in there, man. As much as you can. Get in there.
Dear Grandma and Grandpa, I hoped you liked my Haftorah. We miss you both at the bar mitzvah, and a lot of people were asking for you.
Nobody asked for them.
Why
It was
did
a
you
lie. I
Why
lied.
did you lie?
Well, what am I going to say? Nobody cared that you weren't there?
Where is Saul?
That
was
he's gone. He's
And that was the one you loved a lot. Saul.
I loved him.
Right.
I loved him because he didn't come to my bar mitzvah. Watch my humiliation. Now you're a big shot with 10 pair of underwear. I had one.
So, Scott, this is a big day for you, man. Howard picked you over Sal and Dan.
I don't know whether that's good or bad, but
Were you surprised?
I was surprised. I mean, considering the other two opponents, it's hard to lose to them. I mean, you know, it's and we're all in a class by ourselves, I think. I mean, you know, but I'm honored that he would pick me to invite over those guys, but I think they might be at the bottom of the barrel, so I'm just like third up the line. I mean, that's in case no one else is alive. I would imagine that I would be invited, but it was nice of him.
But in reality, do you think you're ever going to be invited to his house?
In reality, no. I think that I will never see the inside of, or the outside, for that matter, or even know the address of that house.
Sal, Howard didn't pick you. You upset?
And I wouldn't pick Howard. How about that?
Yeah,
I don't want
right.
a guy in my house who wants to watch The Bachelorette, who wants to play chess, who wants to talk about cell phones. I don't want you in my house. How about that? You're not invited to my place. My place where we drink beer, we cook meat on a grill, we act like men, we have fun, we watch pee videos. So you know what? Go ahead. Invite whoever the hell you want. Invite Bad Breath Zapin. Invite Fafa Flunky there, Babbling Buoy. And anybody else you want. You're not invited to my house. How about them apples, Stern? Huh?
I don't buy that for 1 minute.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Are you excited for the big Vegas trip?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a lot of people going. So
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Plan on catching some shrapnel there?
I don't know. There's going to be a lot of people there.
Can I explain something?
What about? Do you think you'll get?
Go ahead, Bench.
No.
You sure?
You're going to be JD. Will you be? You're going to be at Artie's event, which they're picking the Miss Howard TV.
Me and Ronnie,
right? And aren't you going to be holding a camera?
Well, yeah.
Can't you act like you're in charge? Like, okay, move over.
Well, I mean, it just depends on the situation.
You got to talk to Ganji. Ganji's utilized that stupid camera for years to get laid.
Really? He doesn't seem to be getting laid all that much.
He gets laid. He just doesn't talk about it.
He hits chicks over the head with the camera, and then he fucks her. Listen, Gary is right. At every gig I have JD, when I'm an hour in and I can't speak because I have emphysema, I need some water. So it used to be Teddy, and I'd get the whole place to chant homo. It was great. But now JD comes out, and people love JD.
Right.
When he comes out, he gets an enormous cheer, and I'm like, I go to the girls, someone fuck him. And I guess maybe it's happened a few times or no times. How's it going with that, bro?
It has not happened at all. Hold on. A couple of times there have been, situations where I've hung out with girls, but nothing came of it.
Some pictures, it looks like you're fucking Teddy in Detroit, St. Louis, Vegas, L.A.,
well,
Pittsburgh.
That's how it is.
Artie, you might have to take it to the next level. You might have to say, "Who's willing to fuck JD? Please come up to the stage."
Well, it might turn into I have to fuck JD.
Well, I mean, because it's a lot of girls that have guys that come to the shows.
Tell me which guys. I know people that can make them disappear.
Well,
they could be on a flight to Detroit and be there in an hour. The guy won't ever be found again.
Well, last time you guys were in Vegas, you helped JD out a lot, Artie. Remember?
Yeah, I paid for it. And there's no shame in that, by the way.
Listen.
See the movie The Hangover. The Hangover will make people think differently about Vegas whores. They can be very sweet.
Yeah, she was so nice and clean and cute.
No, right now Vegas whores get a bad rap.
You going to be hanging with Ronnie?
I don't know. I know we're gonna go to the big appearance at the Rick's, whatever.
Oh, I'm going. Here's the schedule. Here's the schedule Saturday, right? And if this doesn't get a guy
hold on. Ronnie's Friday night.
Okay, whatever the fuck it is. Friday night, we're going to Rick's every night, asshole. Okay. Every night there's a party at Rick's. All right. So Friday night's the official Ronnie party at Rick's. Saturday, if we go to sleep, we get up. And in the afternoon, me, Ronnie, and all the guys judge the new Miss Howard TV. They're expecting 200 women by the pool at the Hard Rock. Mm-hmm. We're the judges. And the ones that we like go into something called the Chick Pit. And then we cherry pick from the Chick Pit and pick a new Miss Howard TV. Then that night, I'm doing stand-up at the Joint at the Hard Rock in Vegas. Then we're going to Rick's again, asshole, with all the girls from the Chick Pit. And then don't knock on my door after 6 a.m. How's that fucking sound?
Well, I never knock on your door.
So you got 200.
Good for you. You and Teddy have thinking I died from heroin and a whore.
Anybody else from around here going, JD?
Howard TV.
Which is what? Is Goodstein going?
I believe Goodstein, Ganji.
Oh, yeah, Doug's going.
Ganji, Brian Phelan.
Benji, please come.
I just asked Goodstein. I don't know. I have to check the Greyhound.
I'll pay for your flight. I will.
Nah, but that feels weird. If the show would.
Don't worry about it. I'm making a lot of money for stand-up. I'll pay for your flight.
That's very nice of you. But
you know what's funny? Don't you think it's interesting? And Howard makes this point all the time, but it's true. If there were a shoot this weekend, say at Jeff the Drunk's house, it would be like Joe and Chris and those guys. But it's always Ganji and Doug for the important shit.
And it should be because, it's an event that was created because of me. And Doug and Ganji and all those guys, they're like my family now. I love seeing them. I love Chris and these guys, but I haven't known them as long. I'm happy they're coming. It's not a burden. It's going to be a big party.
It's not about you.
No, I know.
It's about them having to do important work in Vegas.
I want when I'm voting for one of the chicks in the Chick Pit, I want to be in focus.
Artie, Howard suggested that you should bring your new lady along for the trip, which you immediately shot down.
That's the funniest thing Howard's ever said. Listen to me. You ever hear you don't bring sand to the beach?
Yes.
That saying means even more if you're dating the sand. If the sand is your girlfriend, you really don't bring it to the beach. No, it's a guy's weekend. I explained it to her. She's lovely, and she's a classy person. And it's a guy's weekend in Vegas. I'm sure Ronnie, you still have your girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Ronnie's girl gets it. She's cool. It's a guy's weekend. We're not going to do anything wrong.
Guy
I'm on
stuff
the
like fishing and...
No, I'm going to gamble. I told her. These are my two vices. I can't drink or do any blow or heroin. I'm going to have a cigarette in a private room, and I'm going to play craps and poker and blackjack all night. And that's going to be my vice.
You're going to come to my strip club appearance?
I'm going to come to that, but I'll just have a cigarette and stay in the corner with the King James version of the Bible. I'm not going to I'm not going to do anything wrong, and she knows that. I'm just going to have a fun guy's weekend.
Ronnie, you gonna hang with JD at all?
No. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to hang with Artie, but he always says he's going to hang. But I don't,
Dude,
he never shows up.
Dude, that's because I was on heroin before. Heroin people don't show
up. Listen, I came in here to
ruin the show?
Yeah, I came in here. I'm going to ruin the show right now because Scott the engineer wants you to.
I'll pay for it.
Pay for him.
He's got it. I want Scott the engineer out there. I want him to have a good time in life. I will pay for. Tell him to book a ticket, get the cheapest coach flight he can find, going through Nebraska and London. And no, seriously, I want him to book a ticket and give me the receipt. He's coming. You're all fucking coming.
Oh,
this is John Gotti talking. Every mother, not the guys who already have a ticket. I'm not repaying for you jerk-offs. McClure, Benji, Scott the engineer, every one of you fucks is coming to the Artie party in Vegas this weekend, baby.
Hold on, Artie. I smell something here. John, could you go to line 11?
Ralph Sorella, you're on the wrap-up show.
I said guys.
Listen, I'm not trying to get a Artie freebie because
here comes Scott.
Because he just said he said buy a coach ticket and I don't fly coach.
Hey Ralph, listen. Hey Ralph, but you buy coach bags. Ralph, listen. The $300 I owe you, I'll get you a ticket to Vegas. We'll call it even. How's that sound?
That's okay. I appreciate the offer. I know it's genuine, but
it is. I want you out there. Ralph knows how to pick up chicks, man.
I have to work Friday.
You have a job?
I do.
Oh, you got to do something.
I'm doing a special of the history of Howard Stern with John Hein.
And that broad.
2:00 on Friday.
All right.
We could cancel it, though.
You could be on a 4:00 plane. You land at 7.
No, wait a minute, Ralph. The all goes down Saturday. With the time change, you could make it. Get on a 7 a.m. flight Saturday. You could be in Vegas by 11 a.m.
He's done it 2:00
nice
here.
Offer. I tried to get in on it like weeks ago when you first announced it, and I said to Doug, "Hey, Doug, Howard has me in judging things all the time. How about you have, Howard TV has me there to do that."
Ralph would be great for that.
Yeah, Doug didn't see the value in it, but he figured he needed to be there. But
listen, I'm serious, Ralph. If you got to work for Howard, that's one thing. But Scott, McClure, and Benji, I'm telling you right now, you got to get your own tickets. Take care of yourself. Get nonstop coach tickets back and forth, and you give me the receipts, and you will get the money.
Scott, are you going to go?
It's an Artie party.
Are you going to go?
What about a room for him?
Artie just.
Yeah, what about the room?
Not that much of a party.
He's crashing with Ronnie.
Listen, hold on, guys.
We'll get your rooms. We'll get everything. I'm bringing 4,000 gambling degenerates to the joint that night. The money they're going to make's insane. Everything's going to be free.
Private plane.
Yeah,
private
I'm
plane.
not Howard.
As soon as Scott calls home and asks permission, he's going.
No, fuck that.
I'm going home.
I'll give your wife $10,000 to give you permission. We're going.
You gotta go,
Everybody heard that, right?
Nothing makes a party like Scott Salem.
Yeah, exactly, Ralph.
Right.
And stay away from him when I'm gambling.
He'll be at the slots.
So you going to go?
I would love to.
You're going.
I thank you for the offer. I have to talk to my partner. I mean,
you're a fag now?
Wait a minute now. He's been bitching about this for weeks. I should be going too. Doug should get me on this trip.
That's right.
Now get out of here.
Now Artie's willing to pay for it. Now he's bitching.
Hold on.
I'll pay for it. Now get out of here before Opie and Anthony walk in.
Hold on. Scott, why do you think that you should? Why were you saying that you should be on this trip before Artie offered? What's the reason?
I didn't say I should be on the trip.
What?
What did he say, Ronnie?
Doug.
Ronnie, what did he say?
You're here. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, jerk off.
Whatever.
Scott wanted in from day one,
but under what's the premise?
Just because it's time to.
You mean as a judge, or
he wants to just go to Vegas?
He didn't say he needed to be there because of some audio.
No, if there's an audio mix, but that's being done by the house by the hardware.
Yeah, that'll be good. Scott's a great engineer. I want him there. And fuck working. You're there for free on me.
Scott wanted to go there and ruin the audio.
Get advice from Hitler.
Okay,
Doug,
I'll be there.
Doug, how did
he'll be there.
Get permission from your wife, Mussolini.
Doug,
you getting flights over there?
Doug, how did Scott approach you? Did he casually hint, or did he say, "Hey,
It was as subtle as, I heard you going to Vegas. Can I go?"
Right. I said, do you need anybody to work? I didn't say...
It's an Artie party at the Hard Rock. Everyone is just coming. Gary, I swear, I want you to come. Get that thing out of your cock and come.
That thing's out. I got my kid's birthday party on Friday.
Make the stuff come out of your cock that should.
A rock?
Doug,
semen?
Doug, did anybody...
Semen, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
JD, is there a chance that you could come back on Monday having not gotten laid?
Oh, there's always a chance of that, sure.
And if you don't get laid, lie about it.
Okay.
John Hein, you're coming. The wife and kids, kids will be fine with the out. You got $20 million for that website. Give them half of it right now, and just fucking come to Vegas.
Well, I appreciate the invite, Ralphie. So, what are you going to do? You leave it? You're not going to be doing the show with me on Friday and heading out to Vegas, or what?
No, I am the consummate professional. I'll be working on Friday.
Yeah, but Friday, what time you done?
3 o'clock. Then we and Jason are gonna go see Star Trek on IMAX.
Ralph, listen.
My day is booked.
Listen, Ralph, you're giving me a headache. If I would fly Jason out, but I can't afford 4 seats. It's great to be able to do fat jokes about other people now. But Ralph, please, I love Ralph, and when he's around hot chicks, he knows how to talk to them. Jason can block all the ugly guys just standing in front of us. It's gonna.
Artie, thanks. I'll think about it. I know it's genuine.
All right, think about it. Just if you're going to do it, just book it and give me the receipt when you get there.
Artie gets a receipt from me for $2,000.
Listen, I'll pay it because I'm winning, man.
Yeah,
I'm winning money
say,
too.
Artie.
I'm winning money. I feel hot. I'm doubling what I make it doing stand-up. I'm so crazy right now. I'm out of my mind.
On Tuesday's wrap-up show, everybody talked about how they think I have a drinking problem and how I should limit myself to about 2 drinks a night, which I personally don't think that's going to happen. You know, I'm not a 2-drink type of guy. You know, I got a big belly. I got to feed that beast. So check it out.
Richard has said before, or at least acknowledged, that he's got a problem and he's an alcoholic, but it's a problem he can handle and he has control over.
Well, everybody who's got a problem thinks it's a problem they can handle. You know, when it comes to that, it's very difficult. Most people, it's very difficult for them to say, I have a drinking problem, because if they did, they would stop drinking. Richard admits he has a drinking problem, then continues to drink.
I don't think Richard's ever going to stop drinking. I mean, he thinks he's a social drinker.
I think he's lying when he says he sees it as a problem. I think he's placating us. I don't think he sees it as an issue.
Oh, you think he doesn't think he has a problem? You think he doesn't think he has a problem?
Right,
he's just saying it to shut everybody up here.
Yeah, because if you have a problem, wouldn't you address it?
Not necessarily, but if you feel like, I got a problem, but I'm on top of it, I have some control over it. I mean, that's always been Richard's attitude ever since this came up. He loves to drink. Sometimes he goes a little over the line, and he knows it, but he feels like he can keep it in check. Richard, we're talking about you behind your back, and now you're here.
We get to talk about something we've never talked about on the wrap-up show before, my drinking and my gayness.
Hey, it came up on today's show, which means we talk about it on the wrap-up show.
Why don't we talk about my heroin a little more, you ass licker? Write another fucking song parody about my weight and heroin, you dickwad.
And Artie clearly feeling better right now and good enough to give you advice, and heartfelt advice, I thought, about addressing what he thinks is a problem in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think it's a problem?
I appreciate it. Yeah, well...
Listen, I love Richard. Speak, and then I'll talk.
It definitely... They make it sound like a problem on the air. I haven't had a problem with them because I'm just out having fun. To me, what it boils down to is fun equals drinking. Drinking equals fun. I'm having fun out there. I'm just doing my thing. Life is short. I want to have fun.
And you don't think your behavior changes at all when you're really shit-faced?
Well, I mean, I haven't gone to jail because of it yet, knock on wood.
I'm not saying it's criminal.
That's your gauge.
I just, I get happy when I drink. I'm not an angry drunk, and it doesn't seem to cause problems. I mean, being in a wheelchair at Tampa Airport wasn't a problem for anybody.
Was it embarrassing to you?
No, not really. I mean, you're looking at a guy who, streaks where he works and gets naked. Nothing embarrasses me, really.
No, but in a way, it is causing trouble because now it's an issue at work. Howard isn't being joking when he's saying this. He's worried about you, and that's your boss worried about you. You're getting drunk at your boss's engagement party. People are talking about it more. Physically, your appearance is changing. You're getting red in the face. You're starting to look like Dom DeLuise if you stayed in the tanning salon too long. You're changing for the worse because of drinking.
But
people are noticing that.
Hold on a second. Let me play devil's advocate for a second, just so we can have both sides. Richard, have you ever missed a day of work because of drinking?
No.
Have you ever missed a gig because of drinking?
No.
Have you been arrested because of drinking?
No.
So aside from when you drink on the weekends, does it affect your job or life at all?
Not at all.
Does your girlfriend not want to be with you because you drink too much?
No.
So he can play that in.
Yeah,
I understand what Artie's saying, but now Richard will play that in.
But Garrett, okay, he hasn't missed a day of work, but it is affecting his work in some way. It's a subject at work, and millions of people are hearing about it, and it could affect him getting other work. His girlfriend is a wonderful person, but who knows? I don't know this for sure. Maybe she drinks a little too much, too. I don't know, and maybe you're enabling each other. That's something. You two are a sweet couple, but maybe you got to look at that and maybe live a little healthier. I sound like a preacher because I'm an asshole. I've done every wrong thing in the world, and it did fuck up my life. And because I worked for a great man, he didn't fire me, and I'm still alive. And who knows? I may relapse. I could sound like a hypocrite. That happens, but I know that being wheeled in a wheelchair in an airport, that affects your life. People know about it. But it makes people look differently upon you, and those people, their decisions could affect your life.
So what makes you look at Richard more differently? Getting wheeled in a wheelchair in Tampa or licking Sal's taint? And I'm being totally serious when I say that.
One he did sober, so fine, and one he did because he was drunk. If he was drunk when he licked Sal's taint, that's why. Okay, he's just a crazy, fun guy, and he did that for the show. But he got drunk and got wheeled in a wheelchair. That's a drinking problem. That's an alcoholic. You're an alcoholic, and you got to admit that to yourself. It doesn't mean you have to stop drinking. A lot of alcoholics will say, fuck you, I'm going to keep drinking. And you're from Kansas. You're a man's man. I get it. I hate when people tell me what to do. But, dude, you're an alcoholic. And I love you, and I love you to death. You're funny. You're talented. You write music, which is something I'm envious of. Thanks, but, Keith Richards did, too. And he was a heroin addict. It doesn't help your life. And that's all Howard's saying. Howard's being serious when he's saying that. And I know it sounds funny coming from me, but maybe a guy who's been there is the one who can help you more.
Yeah, I just love it because I've never heard Richard referred to as a man's man.
No, he is. Because look, his father's a man's man. Richard grew up in Kansas. He didn't grow up like fucking Paris Hilton. You know what I mean? He knows how to work. He baled hay. He probably sucked cock for money. I don't know if that's true, but I'm just saying. That's a day's work. Sucking cock is a day's work, man. That's you come home and you got to really shower.
A man's man leaves those messages for Will, and the man's man wants to see Brian Phelan naked on the show.
You don't want anybody to think you're gay, but when you were drunk, it affected your life because you left the homoist message on Will's fucking answering machine.
And I've given into that. I don't mind if people think I'm gay because I'm not gay, and I know
because you are.
So
hey, Richard,
if people think it, I'm fine with it.
When you left that message,
everyone thinks it.
When you left that message, did you know you were leaving that message? Do you have no recollection of leaving that message?
I totally remember leaving that message. I was just messing around. I was. I call, drunk people they drunk dial and call people and have a little fun.
And say, hey, dude, let's go to the game tomorrow. Let's gamble. Not, hey, I want to suck your cock and your ass is hot, Will.
Well, in all fairness to Richard, even when he's not drinking, he thinks the gay stuff is funny, which was proven today when he said, I have a great idea for the show. Let's get Brian Phelan.
Yeah, that came out of left field. By the way, let's get Phelan in here naked.
And you're a bear. You used the word that gay guys use seriously. You said he's a bear.
He is.
Well, I don't even know what to say right now.
I lost you on. I thought he was doing a comedy bit. I lost you on But look at him. He's so cuddly.
He is. I mean, I'll walk by Brian in the hall and I'll just give him a big hug, and not as a gay thing. It feels good. It's like you're hugging a big beanbag or something. There's just something that feels good about wrapping your arms around something that's big and soft and cuddly.
And rubbing your soft on against his leg.
And I got news for you, dude. When people say when they hug me, it feels the same way. And if you hug me in the hall, I'm dropping you.
I'm not. I know better. Already.
Okay, good.
Well, Howard gave Richard some advice at the end of the time you were in there and hit it, Teddy. I want to know if you're going to take this to heart.
You worry about you with the champagne and all the alcohol. Limit yourself to 2 glasses.
Oh, forget it, Howard.
That's Robin.
No fun.
That's ridiculous.
This is what's going to prove to him he's an alcoholic. You're not allowed to have more than 2 drinks a day. On a given day. And you can't wait.
On Saturday, he can save them all up and
That's what I was going to say. If I don't drink during the week.
No more than 2 drinks a day.
2 drinks a day?
That's tough.
And you can't save them up. You can't wait till Sunday and have 14.
Yeah, because if I don't drink during the week, I get 10 drinks on Saturday.
Why is that so tough? I mean, you're a fun-loving guy. You need to drink to have a good time?
It definitely helps. Like, try going to a bar and not drinking. It's just boring.
I do every weekend when I do stand-up. And you know what?
I commend you for it. It's hard.
It takes willpower. It takes willpower.
But I think he's saying you have to do that because it's all or nothing. And Richard's saying in his mind, I've got it under control, but does he?
Under control? No, he doesn't. He doesn't have it under control.
Well,
that's where you're fooling yourself.
I know. Okay.
And look, 2 drinks a day and 3 cocks. Can you do that?
Hey, what's up? This is Will, and on Wednesday's wrap-up show, we talked about how everyone in the studio took off their shirt to show off their amazing bodies. A couple people called me in, but I wasn't going in there. I couldn't compete with, Jason, Benji, and Artie for best bod, so I'm out.
There was a moment when everyone's shirt was off in the studio. How did that happen, and what was going on there?
Almost everyone's shirt. What happened was if you were in the studio, you got caught up in that. Well, first of all, that caller called. What's the guy's name, Will?
Johnny Boy. John Boy.
Is John Boy gay?
No,
goofy?
which was all weird. He wasn't even being goofy though. I didn't understand what
he was
his
almost
angle
acting
was.
gay today. But I mean, he got something going. So I know he wanted to see Howard. And then everybody started taking their shirts off. Then they called in Richard, and Richard will do anything. And then Sal came in, and then Artie did it. Which listen, he did it when he was a lot heavier, so I could understand that. But they kept calling for Will, and Will was pretending like he didn't hear. They kept calling for me. I was pretending like they didn't hear. And then at one point they even called. I threw Tim under the bus to try to get out from under it because I just didn't want to deal with it. But Jason took his shirt off. And Benji, of course, too. But Benji's part nudist.
And Robin declared Fred looking the best with everybody's shirts off.
And I disagree with that. Like, Fred has the overall like a great physique. It's very masculine. Howard has an incredible chest. If you look at it.
So your vote would have been for Howard.
If you listen individually on the chest alone, his chest beat anyone in there. Overall physique and shape, it's Fred.
Yeah,
Fred has a great masculine shape.
Didn't look that hard.
And Gary, was there any way you were going to go in?
I mean, I don't need to be in there. I don't need affirmation that I'm fucking fat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to see it.
You thought that's what was going to happen?
Oh, no. And I, for one, am one of those people. I haven't worked out in so long. Like, I'm one of those ones when I take my shirt off, it's not like, oh, Gary doesn't look. Gary looks fatter than he is. I'm as fat as I look.
Well, didn't Howard say that whoever wasn't willing to do it clearly has some kind of problem, or I think
hang up?
Yes,
I got a
some sort of hang up.
I totally have a hang up. I don't want to look fat.
Now, what about you? Often requested, Will Murray.
I don't know. I just didn't want to deal with it. Everyone was like taking their shirts off, and I don't need to go in there and be judged by people. It's just whatever. It wasn't like it was gay or whatever. I just didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, but see, I don't
player.
understand you. You're like the girl with big tits who won't be in the wet T-shirt contest. You're at least in good shape.
Yeah, do you feel you have a good body?
I think it's okay.
Are you comfortable in your own skin?
Yes, I'm comfortable in my own skin. But
do you think like people would have said, "Well, wow, it looks great"?
I think they'd be like, "Oh, he looks all right. Yeah, whatever." I don't think it look bad or anything. I don't know. I think you get the pictures are all over the internet of you with your shirt off everywhere.
Horrible,
I don't need that horse shit.
We'll just want some thinking about what it could look like versus actually seeing.
Exactly. I'm sure in their imagination it's much better.
Keep
Richards.
Keep the mystery alive. It certainly is in Richards. Okay, who looked the worst in there?
Well, Jason. I mean, who was that? Well, see, again, Artie looked so much better than he did 6 months ago that you can't say Artie looked bad. And quite honestly, Jason's got 40 pounds on Artie now, maybe 50. And and then the hair thing is just it's a riot.
That's what's great about being horribly, horribly obese. As soon as you lose like 20 pounds, you're still obese, but people are like, wow, you're really getting better there.
Like, Benji, what are you weighing in at, say, today, around?
208.
Really?
Naked in the morning. Yeah, I did it in the
morning. And what were you 6 months ago?
About, I don't know exactly, about 40 pounds more.
All right, so that's good.
Have you ever cracked 200?
Yeah, definitely.
Fourth
one of our
grade.
weight loss contests. The lowest I was in a weight loss contest was about 195. Not this current one, but the one we did before. And I'm going when I get to 170 now, I'm going to do a Beth Ostrowski makeover.
Nice.
Congratulations.
We only have a year and a half left.
If she's into it. If she's up.
Will, you agree? You think Jason was the
I mean, there was a couple
big
big boys in there with their issues. Like Benji kind of had some like side titty going on.
You guys always said I'm trying to
Artie
make my
has
lats.
like just horrific stretch marks the entire way around his stomach, and Jason's just an overall mess.
What's with the rash on Richard that everyone was talking about? Like
he had like he had like chicker bites on his titties.
I mean, he doesn't shower for weeks. Is it really?
Is
that
that
much of a
really true?
surprise?
I mean, is that really, really true? Does he really not shower for more than a week at a time?
Yeah, I would say a week stretch would be not out of the question.
That would explain, your body just gets oily and gross and everything. It's sweaty.
I thought Jason is so odd looking, it doesn't look gross. It looks almost like some sort of animal
It's
or something.
fascinating.
It is. It looks like one of those like a Coney Island sideshow, like it's Weevil Boy or something like that.
You mean he's deformed in some
No, he
way?
looks like he's part animal, like when he takes his shirt off.
He really is very hairy. I mean, he's very uptight about it, and he's joked about it, how the Korean woman wanted to charge him double, but he really is a very hairy dude.
Well, if he's uptight about it, why is he taking off his shirt when he's in there?
Because he'll do anything for Howard.
Howard ordered
he really
him
will.
to.
He loves Howard.
He's very parish. I think that's what his issue is. It's not like a big guy that's like a fat guy. Sometimes they have a bigger upper body. He's kind of like a little slender up top, and then it gets bigger as you get down in the gut area.
Again, not
ass
to get too gay, but even like with Artie, Artie does have the stretch marks and stuff, but you could see Artie's got the physique of a guy who was in shape who got out of shape, as opposed to a guy who was never in shape.
Right.
Jason's like a giant. I don't know what they're called, like those things, but he's even more expanded, like a triangle. Those things you punch, but they keep bouncing back up.
Thursday's wrap-up show was all about a legendary record holder who's taken 2,700 loads to her face. Yes, I'm talking about Sabrina Deep, the Bukkake Queen, and we're all fascinated by why she's doing it, her husband Fabio who showed up, and God knows we love to talk about stuff like that. And here's how the discussion went.
The big guest today was the Bukkake Queen and her husband Fabio. And Gary, you never know what you're going to get when the Bukkake Queen shows up.
Yeah, I looked at the website yesterday. She looked okay. I was looking at the notes. I was like, 2,700 loads on the face, the whole deal. But, you never know what somebody's personality is going to be. That's where we trust Will. Will said she'd be pretty good. So she came on. She was willing to talk about everything. But she started to talk about her husband, Fabio, and the weird rules that they have. And Ronnie walks over to me. He goes, Fabio's in the green room. So I said, Will, put up a note. Fabio's here. And Howard brings him in, and he was exactly what you expect Fabio to be.
How would you describe Fabio?
Italian-looking, middle 30s, sort of shell-shocked looking. And he was wearing a weird thing. He had a T-shirt tied around the front of his pants that looked like he was wearing a skirt, but it was just a T-shirt. But mild-mannered, quiet, that sort of thing. Not who I expected to be the husband of a porn star.
Right. Did you have any indication that he enjoyed pissing on his wife?
Well, I mean, the indication was that he's married to her. You figure. I'm only guessing, but if she does that in her porn life, I think that some of that spills over to real life. Even though porn stars say it doesn't, I think it starts to get blurry. So I would assume that she likes a guy who is into some interesting stuff.
Well, he mentioned that he is very much aware of what she does and what she did, and he'd rather know what his wife's doing than not know what his wife is doing.
I mean, listen, you can rationalize anything. His great line was, he turns around to Howard and he goes, listen, I know where my wife is all day. He goes, you don't know where your wife is. You don't know how many loads she's getting on her face. As if all women get loads on their face.
Now, did Sabrina pronounce Bukkake? That's what Steve Brandano told me. Is that the correct pronunciation?
I heard a traditional pronunciation.
I heard her favorite baseball player is Carlos Beltran.
And is 2,700 loads to the face, is that a record as far as you know, Will?
Oh, definitely. 2,700 different men. I think JD is like 2,500, so he's just under.
And where do you think the office is that keeps those records?
Yeah, right. There was an actual guy. Remember, we had it was like sexualworldrecords.com, I think, is a website, and he would come bring all these girls in that were trying to break these most heinous records.
Now, do you think she enjoys it at this point, or
Yeah,
is it just
I couldn't come
going
up
to
with
work?
I think she believes she enjoys it.
Yeah, I couldn't come up with a better explanation of why. I mean, she didn't seem that damaged. Obviously, there's something going on there, but it wasn't like she was like horribly molested as a kid or she was a prostitute for a while. It just seemed like she liked the attention that she gets from it.
Now, did you guys know that bukkake was a form of Japanese punishment, as she described?
I knew it was Japanese. Because that's where we first found out about it. We used to get, in the late 80s and early 90s, we used to get these bizarre Japanese porn movies that we were fascinated with. Like, one of them was one of our favorite ones. And it wasn't like we liked the actual act itself, but it was funny watching this woman's walking on the beach, and suddenly, like 50 Japanese guys, surround her. And then all of a sudden, like 10 Japanese guys are carrying a giant toilet, almost like a throne, and they bring it onto the beach, and then they sit down and they all yell at her to shit into the toilet. So we've always been interested in what goes. We know that like Japan has wacky shit going on. They're a very repressed society, those Japanese.
Now, Sabrina was literally up for anything, and Teddy hit number one. At one point, Howard asked, "Is there anything that you wouldn't do?"
What won't you do? If you were
What
allowed,
won't I do? Okay.
Yeah. I think you're pretty much into.
Let's start with what you won't
let
do.
anybody kill her yet.
Would you ever put your own fist up your own? Would you ever put your own fist up your own backside?
I've done that.
You
yeah.
have done that.
Yeah, I just started doing that, actually. I was really surprised that it went up.
You pushed your whole
How did
fist.
you do that?
You're an amazing girl.
So clearly, and she later described how it compared to other things being in her ass, but to stick your fist up your own ass, that's a talent.
Well, Will had mentioned that he found out in the pre-interview that she could stick her fist up her backside and in her private parts, like one fist in one place, one fist in the other place. I actually wanted to see that. Call me kooky. It didn't turn me on, but that's almost like going to the circus. Like, you go, they tell you the man with two heads, and you go, that's not possible. They pull the curtain. Like, I wanted to see it that way.
What did you think of Sabrina, I guess, in Fabio's rules, where they drew the line? No kissing?
It is interesting that that there's. You think that in this world there's no rules, and then you find out they have rules. I like the finger rule, not because of what it meant, but just because of the hygiene aspect of it. Meaning, there's rules. There's a rule for the rule. There's no fingering, but if you do follow the rule of cutting your nails correctly and hygienically washing them, then a finger's okay.
Now, you guys book a ton of guests for this show. Did you think they had any chance of getting on Ellen or Regis on this trip in this time?
They barely had a chance of getting on here.
Oh, you got to love how naive they were about that.
Well, see, that's what I loved about her as a guest. She totally knew that she'd never get on those shows, but she found it sweet that Fabio wanted her to get on those shows and was going to make those calls. Did they say that they actually made a call? Did Fabio make the call? To
Email.
Yeah.
They sent emails, right?
Yep.
They probably thought, like, Regis people probably thought it was like one of those disgusting spams. They're probably having their computer scrubbed right now.
Will, did you know about the UFO sighting?
Yes, she went into great detail about how she saw this UFO and it actually chased her down the country road for a while, and she had a whole thing. I mean, she seemed to know how bizarre it sounded, but she definitely believed it.
That was another great moment. Howard goes, well, where'd you see this UFO? And she goes, well, it was a rural road in Canada. And I'm going, of course it was.
Now let's talk about that Sibian ride. What were you wearing two masks for that?
Well, as I'm running in the door, Will goes, put your mask on. She's a squirter. So
just trying to warn him.
Which I thought was really nice of you, Will. Of
course.
So I went for the mask that gave me the best coverage. And then she said, she even sort of referenced it. It was a lot of talking going on at once, and the microphones weren't all where they were supposed to be. But she did say, do you have the mask on? Because I am a squirter. And I don't know if that got on mic or not. So luckily she didn't do that. But yeah, I'm always aware of that now. Fool me once.
And what'd you think of the ride?
I thought the ride was one of the most amusing rides I've ever seen. I mean, I don't know how real it was. Again, not to get so graphic, but sometimes these women sit on the Sibian and sometimes they ride the Sibian. She was riding the Sibian. She was like really like rubbing up against it, moving back and forth. But from an audible point of view, it was one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my fucking life.
And at the end, why did Fabio tell Howard to back off? What happened during that?
I didn't see.
We were trying to figure it out. I mean, his mood definitely changed after the Sibian ride. He got more defensive and was like, all right, stay away from my girl type attitude.
Yeah, I almost felt like it was my fault, like she busted a nut while I was turning the knob, but I didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I turned it up full tilt about 20 seconds in, just sort of put it down.
You just floored it?
I floored exactly. I was doing donuts in the parking lot.
And it didn't break any of the rules. I mean, they were clear about the rules early on. So,
But I wonder if he's ever seen, like, say she really did, like, I don't know, what do you call it, bust a nut, blow it, whatever. Say she came. I wonder if he's ever been that close and seen it, even though it's not under the guy. It must be weird to see it when he's not in charge of it in front of a room full of guys.
I guess so. He was upset. Chris in New York, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
Good, Chris. How you doing?
You know what you were just talking about? It's funny because that's what I was thinking. He put up his hand at Howard because maybe he's feeling a little jealous of the Sibian. I mean, maybe that was authentic, that she was really getting off on it. I mean, I think it was definitely one of the better sounding Sibian rides that you guys have had on the show.
You should have seen it.
Looked like an exorcism.
Right, it was pretty wild.
The one thing I'll have to say, like Will and I have a lot of indicators, which I didn't see on her, which is the shaky arms and the quivering lip and stuff like that. But when she stood up, she was wobbly,
and she was teary eyed too. Like her, she had been crying, I think, a little bit.
The Sibian fucked her so hard she cried.
Yeah.
Scenes Look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hi, it's Sal Governale, and on Monday's wrap-up show, we discussed Sacha Baron Cohen coming in as Bruno. And Richard and I went into the studio, and we thought we'd pay homage to Bruno by showing our penises and our buttholes. And he got kind of like freaked out and disgusted and broke out of character, I even think, for a minute, which is kind of weird because he's playing a homo. And we wanted to show him, what homos do. So check it out.
The featured guest today, and that was not Sacha Baron Cohen, but Bruno.
Okay, first of all, Saturday night up in Connecticut, I went to go see the movie. I decided Richard had sent out a note. Did you see Richard Christie's note?
The title of that note was very funny.
What was the title?
It was my review of Bruno, if anybody gives a shit, or something to that.
But Richard's note was words to the effect of, "My legs are black and blue from slapping my legs so hard from laughing." And I thought to myself, God, you can't stop that, huh? You can't stop getting black and blue on your thighs. But then Richie Wilson sent a note, and everybody had sent these notes, and I was like, I've been home from vacation for a day, and I just felt like going to see a movie. So I went to go and see it. It is really one of the funniest movies I've ever seen, but it is so gay. It is so gay that there were, like, when I talked to Bruno this morning in the green room, I said something about going to see the movie, and he goes, did anybody walk out? It's so insanely gay, but it's funny.
Well, did anybody walk out as a badge of honor, or did I go too far? What was he asking you?
I think it was, did he go too far? It was really weird because there were at times there were parts where I might have been the only person in the theater laughing because it was so outrageous, and I think people are just afraid to listen. I've been exposed to a whole other world of gay comedy that most people haven't. I've got a front row seat for Richard and Sal. So to me, I thought it was a riot.
Now, I guess if you heard about or saw Borat, you figure, okay, this is just going to be similar in a way. And I think
it is similar, except it's very gay.
Well, I think audiences will know what to expect when they go see this movie. And clearly, it's the #1 movie in America, so it did well.
I saw some people in the theater. I didn't really look at just before the lights went down that were like, older, like older people. And I wonder if they, people just see Bruno, see 3.5 stars, like, oh, we'll just go see whatever's big this week.
That's possible. Now, when Bruno came in, he immediately started hitting on Fred. He didn't even get to the couch.
Yeah, I think that he saw right away, who he needed to convert the most.
Yeah, and I don't know, Benji, if you put it out there, someone was like, everyone who's gay seems to be going right to Fred these days.
Yeah, I think that goes back for years and years, but it used to be Gary.
Yeah, Gary, you were the go-to guy.
Yeah, but I think
Gary's kind of hit the
I've got
gay wall.
I hit the gay wall exactly. But I think that, like, listen, if you're going to take a horse and you're going to take a wild horse and you're going to break it, you're going to look for the most resistant horse, and that's Fred. Fred is Fred doesn't have a gay gene in his body.
You think the rest of us will just start like, wow, what the hell? He's a famous guy. I'll suck his guy.
I think you look easier than Fred. Yes.
All right.
It's the eyes. Those eyes.
And what was Bruno wearing today? How would you describe that outfit?
It was like a white jumpsuit and with like gloves, but the gloves were built into the long sleeves. And then I saw he was sitting on the couch in a very gay fashion. And I saw he was wearing a blue thong that was riding up very high. It was very funny.
Yeah, he had his legs like tucked back.
Yeah, like he was sitting on his legs, and the blue thong was like up like by almost on his neck.
So Howard interviews Bruno for a while, and then a suggestion. I think a caller actually just suggested that Bruno rate Sal and Richard's penises, and shockingly, those guys were up for the challenge and immediately came in and sort of wanted to show their mettle. But as that was going on, it sounded like he was a little bit put off by them. Not at first, but the longer they stayed in the studio, it seemed more and more it was like, okay. Or am I misinterpreting it?
No, and it got to be one of those weird things. Like I sit in my office and I listen to the show, and then I have a monitor where I can see the show. So whenever there's nudity of any kind, male or female, they shut the door because they don't want the interns to see it, et cetera, et cetera. And I saw that like Richard and Sal wouldn't leave. So Howard's like, okay, guys, that's enough. And Howard must have said, okay, guys, that's enough, I think 4 or 5 times. And at one point, even with Sal was like, Sal backed out, was opening his ass cheeks. And I wasn't sure if the guys thought, like, oh, Howard really wants us to stay, but he's asking us to leave. And but they wouldn't leave.
Well, if you didn't hear it, here's Richard and Sal introducing themselves to Bruno.
Hi, Bruno. I'm Richard.
All right, show him your
Love
penis
the
quickly.
movie, by the way.
Thank you.
Show the penis. All right. And Sal, Sal, introduce yourself to Bruno.
Fantastic. You gotta love America. This is really land of the free.
Sal, say hello to Bruno.
Hey, Bruno. Pleasure
Can
to
I
meet you.
chub up a little bit now?
Leave it alone. Stop touching it. Please.
What are you doing? Stop touching it.
There
we go. You ready, bro? Here's a nice little package just for you.
Look at that. That's not circumcised. Now, Bruno,
what do you prefer?
Who has the nicer one?
You know, I don't like his sauce.
I don't either. All right, guys, put it away.
Right answer. Get it. Disgraceful. This guy covered in hair. Disgusting.
Manscaping.
Put up your own dress now. What do you think of the pouch, Bruno? How dare you come in here, show me your schmeckles? Get out of here.
How about the balls?
You're
Does he
both
like our
little
balls?
bitches. Get out of here.
Now, first of all, I got to tell you, so the part I forgot is I'm sitting in my office with the publicist from the movie company, Amy, who's a huge fan of the show and has booked guests for years. And she sees Richard take his dick out, and she looks at me and she goes, I don't know, if I were a guy, that's what I had. I wouldn't be so quick to take it out. And then when Sal did, which I'd never seen before.
The drill bit?
The drill bit. She goes, she was just like, oh, what's that? She goes, I said, Sal's a little bit weirder because he's uncircumcised. And then at first it didn't look that weird, but then Sal pulls the pouch out as far as he can, and he twists it like a rubber band. That's the drill bit.
Now, Sal, did you have the drill bit ready to go? How long has that been in your arsenal? I'm sure you were waiting to spring that on the show.
I've been working on some new stunts. I've had the drill bit for about 7 months now. I have the drill bit.
Sal, you're telling me you didn't used to do the drill bit when you were like in 8th grade alone in your room?
No, I unfortunately not. I wish I did.
You just came up with that? I would think that's one of those things you've been doing for years.
No, I devised that while I was working here. I think one day we walked out of the studio and I did something with my penis, and then I thought of a few ideas. I think I went to take a leak and I started diddling around with my foreskin, and I came up with the drill bit, the chisel, and the baby bird eating a worm. Those are the 3 new ones I have.
See, I'm so jealous of Sal's cock. Mine's boring. I can't go in there and do anything fun with it, and Sal does all these cool tricks.
Yeah, but I do it
kind
for
of
you.
shows me up. Yeah, I love it. But I'm jealous. I kind of wish I had that foreskin, too.
And, Richard, you're such a huge fan of Sacha Baron Cohen, and the movie, I know you loved it. When you're meeting him, and I guess as Sal's being introduced, you're in the back chubbing up and trying to impress him a little bit more?
Well, when I pulled my pants down, I was like, oh, that's kind of disappointing.
Yes.
When I looked at myself, because normally I'm a little longer. I'm not bad. When I'm stiff, I'm probably 7 inches or so.
It looked like a mushroom in a bush. And
Yeah,
there
it was very
there.
tiny. I was, I don't know. It's pretty cold in me in Sal's office. But I wanted to chub up a little bit just so it looked better for Howard TV.
So how'd you do that?
I just started yanking on it, but it didn't do anything.
Now, did you...
Wait, hold on. I love that he asks Howard if he can chub up. Like, you need Howard's permission
Well, I wanted to make
play
sure
with
it was
your
cool.
cock. Hey, Howard, can I chub up?
Now, did you guys think that Bruno was put off by you in any way?
Yeah, it seemed like it. I don't know. He seemed a little freaked out, which is crazy because if you see that movie, Bruno, there's more cock in that than most porno movies, and which is freaking hilarious.
I think it's an honor that we broke him out of that gay character.
Well, you didn't break him out of it. He just wanted you to stop.
Well, Howard said, he goes, I think he broke character when he saw our penises.
But here's the point. He's not gay. He just plays one of the movies.
Yeah, but
the guy's got a wife,
Yeah, so, so did a few other people.
So on Tuesday's wrap-up show, Sal and I talked about something that we've wanted to do for a long time now. It's a brilliant bit that we came up with called Cockioke. And how it works is Sal puts a little bitty microphone inside his uncircumcised pouch, and I sing into it. It's really very simple. And it was meant to be for other people to sing into Sal's cock, but we wanted to demonstrate it, so I was very glad to be the one to demonstrate. So check it out.
Cockioke is probably new to the audience, but it is not new to anyone who works here.
Exactly. It came up in a meeting, I don't know, it could have been 6 months ago, 9 months ago, but it came up in one of the meetings, and it was funny because Howard didn't even remember. Howard loved the idea so much that he said, I really want to do this on the air, go test it out. And when Richard and Sal were talking about the test today, Howard didn't remember, but we did, in fact, get Evan, our engineer. He got a lavalier microphone, and we did do a dry run-through, and it worked great.
I want to know how that dry run went. What kinks needed to be worked out.
I wasn't there for any of it. I just said to Sal, go figure it out and report back to me. But it's one of those things that it's a bit that we've wanted to do for a while, and the way that we had it in our minds was we wanted to do a Cockioke contest where a bunch of people come in and have to sing into. We were looking for maybe like bands who were looking for that next big break, and so they would come and sing into Sal's cock. And then the winner would win a money prize that they could use to go to the recording studio or something like that.
Now, can you describe more specifically how this is set up for those who don't have Howard TV or may not be able to see it?
It's gayer than Bruno. That's how it's set up. It's right out of the Bruno movie. It really is. Sal drops his pants to his ankles, and then he takes his penis and he sticks it in a microphone stand. And it's a kind of the kind where you put the microphone. I can't even explain it, but he pulls on the pouch really hard until it goes into that little tube thing that's a microphone stand. And then, the microphone's in there. And then Richard gets on his knees and sings. And a lot like, when you watch Charlie Brown and he goes to kick the football and Lucy pulls it away, inevitably, Richard starts to sing and Sal, sticks his dick in Richard's face.
And Richard, of course, is somewhat aware this is going to happen eventually, yet doesn't seem to mind it all that much.
I do have to tell you, the first time he does look surprised. It's almost like he has to be reminded of the joke, and then he's really good with the joke.
That Charlie Brown Lucy analogy, I think, is actually a good one. The question is, though, who enjoyed this more, Richard or Sal?
Sal.
Why?
Attention. Sal, Richard doesn't need the attention. Richard just thinks it's funny. Sal loves a bit where he's spotlighted, where attention is on him. He's listed as one of the creators. He revels in that.
So, and Richard, it doesn't matter if he's doing it in front of the Stern Show audience or out in...
I think Richard likes the attention too, but not like Sal. Richard just thinks it's funny.
Now, do you think this tops the drill bit or the chisel or the bird, what was it, the baby bird eating the worm?
By the way, I have to tell you, when he was talking yesterday that he had devised these 3 new things, I didn't understand what he meant by the chisel, but when I saw it, it made me laugh so hard. He basically pulls his piece because he's got that big pouch, and he pulls it so that it's long, and then it tapers off, and he pulls it flat at the end so it really does look like a chisel.
Yeah, Robin got to see that firsthand today, but she asked for it. And do you think anyone else would be willing to step up to that microphone here? I know, the band's trying to get their big break, but anybody from the staff?
Oh, he goes, well, let's have Gary come in and sing "Fly Like an Eagle." He doesn't understand why I wouldn't want to do that. Hey, it's for the good of the show. I'm like, fuck you. You're the gay wacko. You do it. I'm not doing it.
Benji, any chance you would have stepped up to the mic?
Yeah, sure. But it would be fun if we made all our mics like that. For all the guest mics, every mic should be that.
You think every mic should be that way?
Sure.
Yeah, hard to get guests that way. I'm already struggling to get guests.
Well, then we'll have a good excuse.
Sometimes.
Now, do you think Cockioke lived up to everyone's expectations?
Yes. It did for me. I thought it was. I hadn't actually seen it before. Sal came back to me and Evan came back to me they reported that they did the test and that it worked great. And in fact, when they said that Sal had his penis in a microphone stand, I thought it was like one of those bigger ones, the ones with like all the rubber bands around it and stuff. Very funny.
Well, if you missed it, here it is: Richard Christie singing "Old MacDonald" to Sal's penis in karaoke.
All right, here's Richard Christie to sing karaoke into Sal's penis.
Here we go. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O. And a cock, cock here and a pig, pig there, here a cock, there, pig here, where a cock, cock.
Wow, listen to the sound on it. Very professional. This is the best Scott the Engineer's ever put something together.
The other thing that was great about it was even when Richard had to talk, like he'd stand up and then Howard would ask him a question, he'd have to bend over talking to Sal's penis. And the best part was, Sal's walking around, the wires coming out of his ass, he's got the thing in there. And Richard went to go over to the podium to talk, and Howard goes, no, you have to go talk to Sal.
So, Richard, it's been a long time coming, karaoke, but you finally got to do it. You've been pitching this for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, anytime somebody'd want to come in and do something, I'd say, well, we have karaoke. Kind of like Gary said, that every time they want to do a promotion, that was always the top of my list. So.
And did it live up to your expectations today?
Well, I can't wait to see it back on TV, but it seemed like it was pretty funny. I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, like when we say we should have guests do this, who besides George Takei would do this?
Bruno might have done it. We should have tried it with Bruno. But I just think it's funny with me doing it, but I think it'd be funnier if somebody didn't want to do it.
Oh, well, the funniest is when we have people walk in, they have no idea that's going to be their microphone.
Yeah.
They just come in and that's their microphone.
But most people would go, I'm not doing that.
I think, all these bands that want to promote themselves and their awful music, that would be real funny to have them do a karaoke.
Well, that was one of the things that came up at a meeting. We said, we get CDs from tons of unsigned bands. Like, if they want to come in and perform, like a battle of the bands, they got to sing into Sal's cock.
Yeah, but aren't they almost too willing to do, you know what I mean, to get that break? What's the big deal?
I had an idea on how to work that out, which I won't say on the air, but I had an idea that would work. But Sal, I have a question for you.
Sure.
If a guy wanted to come in as a rocker and he's like dressed like Judas Priest and he's got he's really a rocker and he wanted to grab the microphone to sing into it, would you be okay with that?
No. Well, I would be afraid he would rip my cock off. I mean,
he just wanted to grab it and go, run down the highway looking for it. Would you let him grab it?
That's a tough one. I like to keep it in the stand.
There's a style of death metal singing where the singer will cup the mic. They put their hands around it and put their mouth over the mic. That'd be funny.
We should have
one of
a
those
rapper
type
come in
of
because how the rappers they literally suck the top of the microphone.
We should.
Hey, what's up? We should karaoke. Yo.
Should have Roger Daltrey and he could swing it around.
Now, Sal, before you were in here, I asked Gary who enjoyed that more, Richard or Sal, and I thought he was going to say Richard, but he said without a doubt it was you.
Oh, my stomach was killing me. I never laughed so hard in my life. But just to see Richard, every time he had to speak, drop to his knees and talking to my pouch, it was great.
Richard, you had to know your head was going to be shoved over there a couple of times.
I knew it was, and you know what? That's part of being on this show. You get a couple cocks to your face. It's part of the deal.
I'm sitting here.
It's the fireworks.
I'm sitting here right now. I'm laughing in my head. I'm thinking, how great would it be if it were Bruce Springsteen and Clarence Clemens? When they're back to back, but they're both practically kissing the microphone. That would work for you.
That would be great.
Now, can you guys tell us a little bit about the dry run you did? Like how Scott or Evan set this up, and there were any kinks you had to work out?
Quite a few. We had Evan come. You should get Evan in here. He came in, he brought the microphone stand, we planted it on the desk, and then I had to maneuver my balls and dick to get in there. That's why we use a particular clamp for my penis. And I finally got it in there, and we put the microphone in, and we traced it around, we plugged it in, and Richard's into my dick in our office going, testing.
And it's hilarious. Evan takes his job very seriously.
He did a great job.
He did a great job, but it's just funny seeing this guy, working this microphone.
It's so funny. This is the only show where you
have
have two technicians. You have Scott down the hallway going, I got the stand, and Evan's running in the hallway going, I got the clamp. Everybody's running around to make sure that we can execute a dick with a microphone for somebody to sing into. Now, only in this place. It's wonderful.
Did Scott help out at all? Because he got credit for, this is one of the first things that Scott did that went pretty flawlessly.
Yeah, I think him and Evan worked together to make it sound great.
Scott did a great job, and he took the microphone back right out of my pouch, so that was nice of him.
I think they cleaned everything.
I
really
had to
good.
clean it.
Oh, you cleaned it?
Yeah, I told him I did.
That could be a neat discovery, though. What if all our mics really work so much better with Sal's foreskin?
Like we have to hire 10.
No, it might become like the new thing in
Well, we
music.
got to
and
hire
everything.
10 uncircumcised guys.
But
to
the
run
way we
mics.
should do it, Gary, is when we have a newer young guest on that like not a seasoned one, and that really wants to be on, but you tell them in the green room, look, our regular microphones are broken, and please don't make a big deal about it. Just this is the only microphone we have left.
The only unseasoned guest that's going to work on is Wendy the retard. I mean, who do you like? An up and coming actress that's not that well known. I'm going to go listen. When you go in there,
don't make a big deal about it.
It's not a big deal. But we found that when we put the microphone in this guy's penis, we get
or just say we don't even want the audience to know this is the only microphone that's working.
I'm sorry, Miss Hathaway, but our microphones.
Gary, how about when you have a celebrity cut IDs? You bring them into Scott's studio, and there I am standing.
Nobody's going to do
and you're like,
that.
hey, this is something new we're trying out. It's something crazy.
So, Gary, are the sponsors lining up now, you think, now that this has been done?
I think a one or two might line up. Ashley Madison, something like that.
So we will see Kakioki again?
I think so, yeah. I think it's proven. We took her for a dry run, and it worked.
We're thinking about taking Kakioki on the road, too.
Oh,
a whole Kakioki
it's great
tour.
for people to do. It's an open mic front.
Yeah, if you have a rock
Sal,
club.
you don't use your head, do you?
I do. I used it in
Gary,
Richard's face
don't
today.
talk him out of this.
You're going to end up like Jim Morrison. You're going to be in fucking Gainesville, Florida, in jail for public exposure.
Hey, it's Gary Delabate, Baba Booey. How y'all doing? On Wednesday's wrap-up show, John and I talked a lot about Ian Halpert. He's the guy that wrote the book about Michael Jackson. We had him on the show earlier that day. He had some great stories, very interesting, very controversial, but to us, the highlight of his appearance was when he got up and danced with Howard, took off his funky glasses, moonwalked, and just danced, and we laughed our asses off. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Let's talk about Ian Halperin, who is the author of that Michael Jackson book. And I know when he came in, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, come on, Michael did this and he did that. But by the end of that interview, it seemed like he changed a lot of people's minds.
I thought he was an excellent interview. I thought he did a great job. But I have to tell you, you heard him on the radio, and when you watch it on TV, he came in with these glasses. He was wearing these glasses. He looked like Bono. They were like Bono glasses. They were like yellow and odd glasses. And he has an odd voice, an odd delivery. So I'm sitting in my office. I have an intercom to all over the building. He sits down and he starts talking, and Scott DeBase hits the button. He goes, "This is a goof, right?" And I go, No. He's the real deal. He's an interesting character.
Yeah, it took him 5 years to complete this book, and he said he set out really to nail Michael Jackson, and with all the due diligence and everything else he did, he found out that, in fact, the guy's getting a bad rap to a certain extent.
Yeah, well, listen, Michael's got a lot of nutty stuff going on in his life, and he talks about that in the book. But we were talking about this in the office yesterday. I've always felt that Michael Jackson was really fucked up, but I never really felt that he was a child molester, because I always thought that if he was, there should be a parade, a veritable parade of fucking people coming down the pike. There were those two cases, one of them where the kid recanted his story, the other one where he paid some ridiculous amount of money. And when, like Artie said, well, why does this keep coming up? Well, once it came up the first time, listen, he's an odd guy. He has a lot of kids at his house. He probably shouldn't. That he makes himself a target.
Well, his house is the Neverland Ranch, too.
Right. And he makes himself a target. But I am one of those idiots that doesn't think he was a child molester.
Well, one of the theories is that he didn't really have a childhood, and he sort of was always a kid at heart, and by being around kids, he felt comfortable, and because they haven't been tainted yet, or whatever the right term is.
Yeah, listen, I think he was really fucked up, and no way would I ever leave my kids with him, but I would leave my kids with a lot of people.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Do you think that Michael Jackson is presumed guilty versus being presumed innocent and proven guilty?
It's one of those things that always, listen, his behavior doesn't make it easy to defend him. Having all those kids around in a Ferris wheel in your backyard and climbing trees and all that shit, it doesn't make it easy to defend him. So, yeah, he's always going to have that legacy.
Now, what does it take to be an infiltrating undercover journalist? It seemed like Ian was very proud of the work he did and very dedicated to how he did it, but also he was a character, even when he was doing that whole interview.
Well, it takes a certain personality. You have to go, at times you have to lie. You have to become somebody else. You have to tell lies to people to gain their trust, and not everybody can pull that off.
Now, had you heard the King of Pop licking lollipops before? That was a first for me.
I love it that he had a catchphrase. It was like, what was it specifically? It was like
the King of Pop just licked your lollipop.
Yeah.
Love that.
You need that tagline to.
Yeah, it was like you're fired. It was his, end of his show's catchphrase.
Now, did Ian change your mind at all today?
Well, my gut has always been just like Gary, just based on gut, that he wasn't a child molester. Just on gut. But I never understood the whole identifying the penis thing. Like, could you identify the vagina of most of the women you slept with?
No, but what they were saying that there was something so identifiable about it.
Right. I guess that they were guessing because he claimed about the vitiligo that his penis had it too, maybe, or I don't know.
Well, he also talked about Scientology coercing, whatever word you want to use, Lisa Marie into marrying Michael because it would be good for the church. Had you heard that theory before?
No, I never heard that one before. I always thought, when they got married, first of all, when he kissed her at the MTV Awards, it looked like a hostage. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It just didn't look natural. He didn't look natural kissing a woman, and she didn't look natural being kissed by him. But I always thought that the one thing that would draw them together is they both have lived a life that only they can understand. And that might have been what brought them together.
Lisa Marie said, because she was interviewed a lot when he just passed away the last couple weeks, that her mother used to always say that he completely targeted her because of the Elvis connection. That was it. He wanted to be part of the Elvis, Presley family. That's what was so important to him. And Lisa said, she said, I think he loved me as much as he could love anyone. I guess meaning that he couldn't really completely love someone else.
Yeah, the whole thing is so bizarre.
If they had a kid, by the way, wouldn't that kid be like the heir to the greatest music genes of all time?
Yes. Absolutely. What, Elvis and Michael Jackson? Yeah, you're right. With Howard brought up something I thought it was a great point. He's like, why is there so much confusion over people's wills? Right. There's always that second will or third will or that. Why is that? It's just you document and you update it, and that's pretty much it.
I don't know. I just did a will. I'd had a will, but it wasn't a good one, and I did a really good will about 2 or 3 years ago. But I guess as time goes on, you do forget to update it. That seems to be what happened. I mean, I don't know. Was Michael? This is even a dispute. Was Michael expecting to die, or was he not expecting to die? Some people say yes. Some people say no. If he was expecting to die, shouldn't his affairs have been in order?
Well, who knows? But any of his affairs were in order.
Who knows what mind?
Well, one of the things the author Ian said was that he told Paris in the last couple months or last year, I'm not going to make it another year.
To Father's Day.
That's right. And he predicted that Michael would, in fact, not be with us.
I wonder if she was annoyed when she saw him the day after Father's Day.
Now, another thing came up while they were in there, which, again, I thought it was really a fascinating interview in a lot of different ways. And I'm not even going to introduce this. Teddy, play clip number 1.
I'm a huge music fan.
This is a hit.
And I like Miley Cyrus's The Climb, for Christ's sake. I like Lady Gaga. Yeah. I like Boom Boom Boom, the Black Eyed Peas. But this doesn't do it for me. I can't dance to this. But I'll show you. Watch it.
Yeah, let me see, Howard.
What is it? This doesn't.
Well, let's see you dance to Climb.
Let me see you dance to this. Go ahead. Let me see you. What are you going to do?
He's going to dance.
Let me see.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
And you got to do like. What? Oh my God, that's the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
where we have an intercom that I'm on. Like, I talk to the TV guys, I could talk to Will. Will talks to the TV guys. We all talk to each other, and some of that side commentary is amazing. Doug Goodstein pushes down the button on the intercom and he goes, "This is clearly the most bizarre collection of people we've ever had on that couch." And think of this show and the